Hello there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review.
If anything, the Kim family, they're archetypes.
Which is sad, but not always a bad thing.
I'm okay. I have one.
Let's,
Do see all the name.
Let's try them. Let's still try.
Why's my hair sticking up? That's weird. What's up, everyone? Today is Saturday. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and you are watching the Boba Squadron recap Andor episode 6. If you're new to the channel or you're watching here for the first time, as you can see behind me, I collect a lot of toys. That's what we usually talk about on the channel here. But once in a while, you know, it's a cool TV show or movie that gives us really cool toys. So we get to chat about that with my friends, the Boba Squadron. So if that's something you're into, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up. Shout outs to everyone who's in the live chat right now, all the channel members, people watching on the replay, all of your shares and your likes and your thumbs up. All of that really supports the channel, and appreciate everyone who does all that. Thank you so much. This is our second time streaming this week because we streamed again on Tuesday, but it was like 5 days from the last episode. So I'm like, hey, let's kind of tighten up a bit. So that's 2 in this week. So I'm very happy and grateful to be able to hang out with my fellow squadron tonight. So please give them a follow. All their links are in the video description below. Shout outs to everyone watching on Twitch. It's just Yoko, probably. Real quick, I want to say hi to everyone who's here tonight, and I appreciate all the channel members. Bearded Bills is here. Winger Lose, Toy Geekosaurus says hi, everyone. Hope you are doing well tonight. Thank you. I hope you're doing well too. Tommy K, what's going on, Tommy? Missed you last night a little. 8 in Skate is here. Winger Lose, the homie, the world's greatest detective for toys. Christopher Colvin, Stream Elements, Toy Rensu, and the Downsview crew, RMD Collective. Sorry, RMD, no Bix again tonight. Was that her name, Bix? Or am I thinking of Vix Vapo Rub? Mackerson is watching over on Twitch. Appreciate you. Thank you. Panfred Nudo. Oh, all the Twitch people. Fantastic. AZ Toy Hunters Guild. Yoko also. And Yoko spoiler? That's a spoiler. Yeah. And the Fallen Fett. Guess who won a membership? He says, that's not good etiquette, Ernie. But hey, thank you for everyone. Thank you to all the channel members who support here and help with channel upgrades and the content and giveaways. Appreciate you. You can also support the channel by gifting a membership on YouTube. Ernie got one yesterday. Or Thursday, no, that was yesterday, 2 days ago. So, and just kind of bring people into the community, let them have fun, interact in the chat, use the emojis that are channel member exclusives. So it's just a cool way to get other people involved as well. And I always appreciate that. Thank you. And again, subscribe. We're going to be doing this every week for the rest of Andor and for the rest of our lives. We're going to bring on the Boba Squadron right now. I'm just going to do it all at once because it's let's mix it up. We have the one and only Livin' La Vida Yoko, Paul, Bitter Asian Dude, and Ernie, the Fall in Fett. Hello, friends.
Yeah. What's up?
Did you see the rest of our lives?
Yeah.
Did you sign us up for the rest of our lives?
That's okay.
Well,
I'm getting paid.
You should have signed it.
You're getting
I'm getting
paid?
paid for this, so that's okay.
I forgot.
Hello, everyone. Paul, good to see you again already.
It's been at least a few hours, Kevin.
Exactly. Paul and I, the Boba Squadron as a whole was recently invited to an event at this new place called Off-World Bar here in Toronto. It's like would you say it's an offshoot or a spin-off or like a sister bar restaurant to Stormcrow Manor?
I think it's the sophisticated cousin to Stormcrow Manor. I think it's a great way to put it because they're all part of the same family, but this is the one where Stormcrow is. Oh, hello, Larry.
Just random tales. What the hell is that?
All that too.
Where Stormcrow is like a really cool, full restaurant bar where you can bring friends, family, and have food, and the themed drinks and the decorations are very much family friendly. But it's like it's very not broad, but it's got a nice range to it. Whereas Offworld is just a little bit more sophisticated. It's more of a cocktail themed lounge, which I love. It's got the ambiance of a lot of sci-fi influences, which I love, from Star Wars to Star Trek. It's a little bit of old school Battlestar Galactica thrown in there as well. I'm really, I love the openness of it. The banquettes at the back, the huge bar near the front, and it really is a fun place to sort of go. And their drinks, of course, are just off the hook.
Yeah, it was super cool of them to invite. Should I play this with audio? I'll play it with audio. Hold on. For Paul's sake.
It looks really nice.
We do. That's what we do. No, Eric, come back. Who's this guy? This is actually a wax statue that they bought. I don't know why they chose Paul. But yeah, go ahead and check underneath the clothes, Eric. See if it's real. It's so
really realistic.
It's so lifelike.
Yeah.
It's so lifelike. Oh my.
I noticed when I was watching that video, Paul, that you didn't blink, but your eyes were still moving.
I know.
Like, your eyes were still following me. That is the creepiest. I don't know if you knew you were doing that, but I think unintentionally the creepiest thing I've ever seen. But I want to give a big thank you to everyone at Offworld for the invite. And
That's the cat, not Ernie.
Yeah, sorry, Kevin. Don't look at me. That wasn't me.
Ernie was pissed because he couldn't go last night. He's like, "Arr, arr."
Yeah, it was. That was my anger under. Awesome that we got invited, though. But I wish it looked like a great time.
Big thank you to everyone over there at Offworld for the invitation. And we got to hang out with some. I got to hang out with Eric, who's been on the show before. He's from Udon Entertainment, and Jim, who is a writer. Ernie, he's the writer on Avengers Tech On with
with Chamba, really?
Homie Chamba was right. And for like the longest time, I couldn't remember where I heard the name from, and I kept trying to remember it until finally I remember it. I'm like, oh, and then we started talking about how cool the Red Skull looks. Paul and I had some crazy drinks there, sampled some drinks and food, and it was just a super cool time. So next time, Yoko, Ernie, if you're both here, we should all head over as a complete squadron. Yeah?
Yeah. No, for sure. That's awesome.
It would be fun.
It would. All right. So it's our second time this week. Do we need to recap? Let's recap what everyone's doing. Yoko, what's going on with you? You have anything going on this week?
I don't. What day is it?
Saturday.
I guess I'm gonna have my regular stream on Tuesday. I got some Legos to build. I have the Haunted Mansion set. One day I'll build BD1.
Oh,
can you tell Paul what you opened on Thursday?
Oh yes, my one. How about I just show it again? I reboxed it, but I'll re-unbox it. Well, I'll just take it out of it.
Re-unbox? Is that becoming a thing?
Oh, sick. Wow. Oh, was that your gift?
Yeah, thanks, Paul.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Paul's enabling me to be a one of those fans. Slightly stalkery. Thank you.
It was gonna happen. You just needed a little nudge, I think.
Right.
In that direction.
Between this and the shower bucky and the eyes that I got at New York.
Wow, that's dope.
He looks really good. And he comes with handshake
hands
for the hand swap.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is my Lego R2. I built him off stream. It required more space than I have right here to do. So one week, I just wanted a chill weekend recently, and I just rewatched Rebels and built R2, and it was amazing.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Hey, I agree with Fred
says,
too. That's a cool jacket.
Sweet jacket.
Thank you. From Heroes and Villains, I picked it up at New York Comic Con. They were directly opposite Super 7 at New York Comic Con.
Wow.
And
So
then
is it just calling your name every day?
it was and then it got cold, and I accidentally didn't pack. I wore a jacket, and it got cold in New York. So I was like, "Oops!
Oh,
I
wow.
guess I have to buy this." Yeah, worked out really well.
She like had a jacket and it had like a
I
box
threw it
cutter,
away.
but
Yeah.
oops, just
Yeah.
ripped it.
Yeah.
Better get a new
Yeah.
jacket. Very cool. Very cool. Good to have you back here, Yoko. And you were missed yesterday evening. Last evening. We were there for a while. Ernie, you were also missed, man. You had a stream earlier this week. What else you got going on?
Yeah, that was it. We had They're Not Dolls. We're on our road to 300. We got 3 more episodes to go. And it's going to be our 300th episode. So that's a big
congrats.
milestone. Yeah. So that's it. And I'm still waiting for my stupid computer. Still nothing yet. So we'll see. Bad type of customer service from HP, man, on my end, at least. So we'll see.
Well, in the past, you got a gift from Paul also. And
Yeah,
Paul and I were talking about it last night. I remember you unboxed it on your stream.
Yeah.
And I asked the question, did the gift go in the Paul shrine or in the Boba?
No, it's over there in the glass and part of the Boba shrine now. Over there.
But the Boba shrine is in glass?
But the
Now
card
it
that
is, some
came
of
with
it.
it, the shipping box is in the Paul shrine.
Is in the Paul shrine because it had his signature on it.
The glass
Try and
keeps
copy
them
it.
from falling out, though. I get it.
Yeah.
Very
So
cool. Yo, my friend Carl is in the chat. What's up, Carl? Carl was the one to help get that cool Ashley Eckstein shout out for us. So thank you, Carl. Good to see you here. That was awesome.
I'm glad you used both of her name, like her first and last name this time.
Well, I just thought, why is Paul the only one who can name drop on it with a first name basis?
I don't.
That's
You're
true.
the ones that keep doing it for me.
Oh, that's right. It's just this caricature of you I've created in my brain. Sorry. Tommy says Ernie's initiation fees go straight to Paul. There's fees?
Yeah, well,
Shut
Paul
up,
told me
Kevin.
there was.
He doesn't know.
I have to
Just Ernie, just keep sending those checks.
keep sending them. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul's getting paid?
Yeah. I mean, I do well on the Boba feat, but it is. I just transfer all funds over, and so I'm still very lucky to be here, which I enjoy a lot. But
You are
this week,
lucky.
you
are lucky.
yeah,
be here.
I am. So this week there will be a special on the channel. I'm getting a pedicure tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah.
Onion special.
Yeah. One and done type of shot. So
My good friend 796 Studios is in the chat. What's up, Mario? Paul, you've also got, what have you got going on coming up?
Oh, we're busy because this is the final week of prep before the Bad Bash is October 21st. If you're in the Toronto area or want to come into the Toronto area, we are holding a big pre-Halloween, post-birthday celebration fundraiser for Mutt's Dog Rescue over at the storied Stormcrow Manor. We just talked about it before. It is the premier nerd bar and restaurant in Toronto. Tickets are on sale. There's a link on my YouTube channel in the community section. I've got a link on my Instagram page, my bio page, and there have been posts about it on my Twitter feed. And you can buy a ticket to the event. All the money goes to Mutt's Dog Rescue. We've got a number of prizes that are up for grabs. We're going to be doing a live stream for those who cannot make it, and to give everybody a little bit of FOMO, as it were. And a ticket gets you a premium drink, and they're much like the drinks that we had at Offworld. You also get there'll be food as well, and every ticket gets you a chance to win one of those great prizes that we'll have available. The grand prize being the 1-to-1 scale model of Grogu that was generously donated by our friends over at Sideshow Collectibles. And we've got some hot toys that are from my personal collection that are going to be up for grabs, as well as some 1/6 scale figures from Sideshow. The Jason Voorhees and Leatherface ones. Those are great figures. We have statues from Gentle Giant that are going to be up for grabs, and some Grogu plushies, and some Blue Jays prize packs. And there's more coming on. Eric has generously donated a couple of art books from Udon as well that are going to make the list. And so, yeah, we're still collecting. It's going to be a great cause, great celebration. It's a cosplay friendly event. And yeah, we get to hang out as well. So, oh yeah, and there's going to be some Kim's Convenience merch that'll be up for winnings.
Super cool. So yes, definitely go check out Paul's page, IG or YouTube. Again, the links for everyone's socials are down below, so go check it out here on YouTube. Yeah, I mentioned the drinks, Paul. I'm gonna play this video real quick of a sample of what we had yesterday. Can you see it?
Yeah, go take a drink.
Did you pop it with your nose?
It's like drinking a campfire.
Were you supposed to pop it with your nose?
I don't think so. I think that was just that. I think that was deceptive, but my nose did end up popping it.
I swear someone's yelling at you guys to pop it with your nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was
okay.
that would have been David.
Oh.
Yeah.
That
And
was
he's
fun.
got his YouTube channel, Nerdy and
Nerdy Nightly something.
Yeah, Nerdy Nightly and his partner Ariel, lovely people. They've got a YouTube channel, and they were there. I've run into them a number of times at all these events, and they're really, really great people. Lots of fun conversation. She's a cosplayer, and he's an actor. They're both actors, but she's a cosplayer as well. And yeah, Dave's great. We always fun conversations. And again, chatting with Jim, Zub, Jim, the comic book artist. Yeah, Zub, really, really wonderful person. And his wife Stacy. We had a lot of fun. Last night.
Yeah, it was a really cool group. It was like I showed up after work, and it was just cool to see like some people that I knew. I didn't even know what was going on or why I was even really there. I'm like, oh, Boba Squadron gets invited to things. Cool. Thanks, Paul. And yeah, paying for Paul to be here has finally paid off.
It's only taken a year and a half. You finally got your first invite.
We should have planned a Boba Squadron recording at your party next week, though. So, like next year, let's plan more in advance.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Again, it is something that we want to grow into an annual event. I think it'd be good, and we're just sort of talking about how Off-World is 6,000 square feet of space. It's huge.
Oh, it's spacious.
Yeah, and it was great because it was pretty full last night, but you didn't feel like claustrophobic in there, which is really nice. It's a nice feeling. But yeah, absolutely for Bad Bash 2, I think absolutely we should do that. And with enough lead time, perhaps we can get everybody up, and then we'll do the live stream. We'll do a roundtable live stream. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I think that booth we were in last night, I was saying like, oh, this is a great setup for a live podcast. It's like a big round table, cantina style booth. I liked it. I want to say what's up to Patty in the chat. How you doing? Doombot 9000. And yeah, Carl said you popped that campfire bubble with your beard. It's possible. It's possible. All right. We're going to get into Andor episode 6. Spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the episode yet, you're going to be spoiled. And damn, what a great episode. I would never want to spoil that for everyone or anyone because it's so crazy. But if you don't care, then please join us or come back later. Episode 6. We last left off just right before the heist was to begin. All the Eldanis were journeying to where they were their special ritual place to see the event, the Eye. And this is the episode where we were waiting for. It's like in three parts, each kind of little arc. And I think it's been cool to kind of see it play out like this. Let's see. So the first stream that I found it only had subtitles. In Spanish, I think. So, yo, let's just crop it. Let's just crop it there. It's all good. Dormir is sleep, right? Is this Spanish?
Yes.
We'll figure it out.
No.
I couldn't sleep. So Nemec is. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Dormir is French as well for sleep.
Yeah.
Right. But if it were French, it would be non, N-O-N, and it would be non dormir, dors pas. Je ne dors pas.
Yes. I sleep. No.
Right.
I know French.
Yeah.
Same
We
thing.
are a bilingual country.
Oh, I stopped French at like grade 9, I think. I never finished with it. But yesterday, I remember there were cornichons on the food
That's
platter
right.
there.
After we got accused of cleaning off that empty platter.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't much left. Anyway, Nemec. The nervousness before the mission. He's telling Cassian about he couldn't sleep. And he's been writing. Usually writing helps him sleep. And through that, he just straight up says like, oh, I assume Clem's, I'm guessing now, or I've realized now, Clem's not even your real name. And the whole time they're talking about Nemec realizing, why shouldn't we, like, what's wrong with mercenaries? Mercenaries, like, just a weapon or a tool that we shouldn't shy away from using, because the Empire wouldn't care and they wouldn't be above doing things like this as well. So as a rebellion, to fight back, we should embrace things like this. And I love how he's like, you have no problem sleeping, Cassian. Your mind's clear. Let me get the next Spanish subtitle. El papel de los mercenarios. No, the role of mercenaries in the galactic struggle for freedom. That was the I guess title or chapter he added to his manifesto. And I think there's some major foreshadowing, because he's like, oh, get some sleep. If you're tired, the adrenaline will kick in and you'll be fine. And when he said you'll be fine, like, is that foreshadowing for Nemec? Because we all agreed Nemec's gonna die.
Oh yeah.
We all knew right away.
Yeah.
So when
Right
he said,
away.
when he said you'll be fine, I'm like, is that foreshadowing, or am I reading too much into it, or am I looking for it? And then he says, you'll sleep when we're done. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
The first line wasn't it. This one kind of sealed the deal. Yeah, there's the French in the back.
The adrenaline kicking in part 2, huh? I didn't catch that.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Because he gets the
Sorry to jump ahead. Sorry to pull a Paul.
well, might as well just skip all the way there. And
We'll put a pin in that.
Is dead.
Yeah.
when he's dying.
Wait, are they all in Spanish?
No, halfway through,
You realize
I found a
they were
better
in Spanish?
source.
Oh.
I found a better source that didn't have Spanish anymore.
I see. Hopefully I got mad again.
Where is it? Okay, so then it cuts to the Imperial officers talking about how they've been kind of redirecting all the Eldanis along the way, to the point where now, only like 60 people show up to the event every 3 years. They made it more difficult for them to get there. They've displaced them even further. And, a lot of this episode, Cassian kind of calls out to in the first premiere, like, oh, they're so fat and comfortable, they don't care about this and that, they think they're untouchable. And you I think you see a lot of that in this episode, of the Empire manipulating them.
Yeah,
Sorry,
the
go
Empire
ahead.
totally manipulates them. But I mean, it's like, yes, they are further away, but what they do rather masterfully is and he talks about it. It's like they play them against their own pride, right? Like they say, we offer them transport, right? And it's sort of like, and you see this later on when they exchange the pelts. It's like they hate them so much that they will refuse any sort of aid from them, because they don't want to be held beholden to the Empire. And so outwardly, the optics are the Empire's like, we'll give you transport. Come on, everybody get in. We'll take you there right away. And like, no, we're going to walk. And then all along the way, it's like, here's some comfort, and here's some really cheap booze, and look, comfy beds and stuff. And they whittled down the numbers, right? And they started off as 500. and by the time they get there, like a fifth of them, or more than a fifth of them, are have stayed back. Like 5/6 or like 4/5 of them have decided to stay behind, right?
Wait,
And
can we do the math again?
Yeah, I'm terrible at math.
60 out of 500.
Yeah,
That's like 10-ish %, more than 10%. Come on.
is it?
Come on, Asians here.
Where are the nerds?
Yeah, I have no clue.
12%?
So I mean, and that's the thing, right? So and they're being very masterful, and he talks about using their pride against them, and they're very proud people. They gave episode 610 out of 10.
That's
Carl
some quick maths right there.
610 out of 10.
IGN gave the episode 610 out of IGN.
Oh, the chat. Sorry, it's some sort of Carl's like, I gave episode 610 out of 10. I know Ashley X Dean. I will get her. Sorry. IGN gave episode 6 10 out of 10. I see. I get it.
There we go. Hey, what's up? Gross Fidelity. Wow, now I'm slurring. Gross Fidelity. Am I still? No, I'm just drinking water. What's up, Cap Lives? And Michael Nostalgia? This is Fallen Fets.
What's up? Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Is this a Federation fan? But
Yeah.
yeah, Paul, you're right. They're manipulating them to it just kind of shows the cruelty of the Empire, just looking to use this planet for an air base. And we kind of got a mention of it earlier in the previous episode, but we see more of it here this week. Does this mic sound better? Nobody knows.
Then what do you mean earlier?
You were using
From
the
like
lavs before, right? Compared
No,
to
I'm using this now.
Yeah, but you were using the last couple. You were using a lav, weren't you?
Yeah.
Like the wireless ones.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, like I'd have to go back and watch.
Yeah. So here too, like so the plight of the Aldanis or the Donnies are they parallel the way the Scots are treated by the English. But what threw me off too is because they're wearing very Asian style, like herders costumes or like clothing, right? So it's that really neat sort of juxtaposition of cultures, but the similarities between the cultures are being highlighted too, which is pretty cool.
Why does that guy look so familiar?
He looks like
it was Bryan Cranston.
I thought it was Patrick Stewart. Look at him.
I thought it was Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston.
I totally see Bryan Cranston.
Yeah. It was way familiar because I really felt like, was I supposed to know this guy? As much as they were showing him.
Yeah, it's Picard.
And his familiar look.
Y'all don't watch Star Trek. All you Trekkies out there get it.
I know who Picard is. I don't know if that. Okay, I can kind of see it.
Is
Maybe.
Winger
with
Loose
the
trying to
facial
say
hair.
that's Paul?
What's that?
Is
Winger
Winger
Loose
Loose trying to
says,
say...
are we not going to acknowledge Variant Paul? Which one's Variant Paul?
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Winger Loose will let me know. He's probably going to send me a screenshot.
Yes.
Screenshot. What's going on?
Screen chat.
Screenshot is what happens when you.
What's going on here?
When your screen breaks and it
so weird.
Chats itself.
How were you guys there? Did you literally just leave a couple hours ago? Now I'm.
Did
really
you drink enough water? Oh, you weren't drinking. I drank so much. Because they gave us drink tickets, like 5 drink tickets, and then by the end of the night, everybody was just shoveling the drink tickets to us.
Yeah,
and you're famous, and people were like, "Let me get you drinks," and then along with the drink tickets, it was like episode 4 recap, Paul. where you blacked out and you didn't remember anything.
Celebration mode.
Celebration
yes,
mode.
That's right. Celebratory Paul. Hey, what's up, RG? And Matt Logic. Yeah, see, a lot of people saw Bryan Cranston.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I saw Picard as well.
Hey, what's up, Ryan Dole? Is Paul still going with the Trek talk? Variant Paul is the one who asked to watch the eye. I don't think anyone looked like Paul in this episode.
What,
or
the
in here.
Asian guy?
Come on, Carl.
Carl. Carl.
Carl.
Was it
Wow.
Asian
First
guy?
Ernie with the second brother or the third brother.
No,
Versus
look.
Ernie. Who's that? I said the fifth brother or whatever.
Fifth brother.
That's it, the
Everyone
fifth brother.
in Star Wars is related, so everyone just sees Paul, I guess. Come
I
on,
did not say that.
fifth brother. Yeah, and then they're slowly being kind of deterred to go back to the event every 3 years. But they're also like, oh, if they keep coming back, we can use them as labor to build your air base and things in the future. I'm like, this is crazy. I love this. The two of them were talking about this while Gorn was standing there watching. Like they have no clue. Again, like Cassian said, they wouldn't know. They're too comfortable. Meanwhile, they're just standing there sipping their coffee mugs like some I don't know, like some coffee commercial.
The best part of waking up
Is the empire
is
in
the
your
empire in your cup. There it is. That's
Yeah.
commercial. Then they
Or
claim
they were
Demonetized.
where they were like a commercial for these travel mugs. I don't know what's going on, but I want to get one anyway. But yeah, he's just standing in the background. They have no clue. I love that.
He's a
Gorn.
what again? An engineer, right? Is that his
The
title,
colonel?
or
Yes.
what was it?
He's an engineer from Coruscant.
An engineer, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Why was he always mad dogging everybody, man? Is that again just to play into the how high and mighty he thinks he is? I felt like every
It's just how he. It's just how
His
he
look.
looks.
his look at everybody
Just his
was
face?
always like a stare down. Yeah, it was that
Yeah.
face.
It's a
Like I was
flex.
sick of him.
He just got here.
That's what I'm saying. And he shows up like that. It is. It's always like he had a disgusted look at everybody all the time.
He's great. Yeah, it was just I love like that whole theme that Cassian mentioned. It's just setting a tone for the whole series. Well, so far. All right, let's see. Folgers, coffee, or what's the
Extra saliva.
They're using that weird milk from around there.
Oh, it starts with a D. The dark.
Starts with the D. Come on.
Something.
Did anyone geek out when he used the call sign Echo 1 when they were testing the radios? Anyone else?
I
Chat?
enjoyed it, Yes.
Totally. Echo base.
Yes. I leaned over. They use that in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
And
again, great. Such a great written show.
So they're using this special radio and they said it's field comm. It's an old battle radio. The Empire doesn't really use it anymore. And is this what we kind of have a beef with, Paul, that we can talk about later? Like this is the system that we have a beef with, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about this one.
Yeah,
Talk about
we'll
this
wait.
in a bit.
Big shout outs to Winger Lose for the super chat.
Hello there.
He says Imperial officer on the right is Variant Paul. All right, which one?
The Commandant? That's racist.
Variant Paul.
Because the beard is a nice
It's
color match.
weirdest.
It's bearded.
Thank you,
It's
Yoko.
bearded.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Although I
All
have
beard.
to say, looking at the screen cap, he's got the same, like my beard does grow in a certain direction, and you see that how it's swirling. That's because he had to wear a mask.
Oh,
When,
Are you
seriously, in
serious?
between, that's when you have to
Yeah.
wear a mask. Your beard, like it's just like a hat head.
That's
And
funny.
like just saying,
That's
on
really
production,
funny.
That was one of the biggest pains in the ass for me. Like as somebody with a beard, and when I had to take off my mask, my beard would be all like pressed down or curved, like it would just get swooshed to the one way. It's like having hat hair, right? So
That's so funny.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
gonna look for
I
that all
love
the
that.
time now.
Last week we got the perspective from Yoko. She's like, well, teenage girls, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, we never would have known that. And then Paul gave the analysis of Cassian's stubble. It's like, there's no way that doesn't look real if he shaved it with a knife. And then now this beard analysis. I mean, this is the perfect panel, right? We got
Wait, important question. Paul, did you ever find did you ever look at what Kev? Did you ever see Kev with his facial hair?
No, I haven't seen that.
Why
Mirror
would you?
Universe Kevin?
You brought it up.
I kept scrolling back. I was looking for the videos, but I couldn't find the video where you had facial hair.
It's good. That's the reason I put
you
out a
probably-
video every week because I'm
You
trying
probably
to
didn't
drown
realize
out
it
the
was
old
him.
ones. I'm trying to push all the old content with facial hair to the back, so no one would scroll through. I mean, that was March, April 2020.
Oh, now I
so
know.
that's
Now he
over
knows where
2
to look.
years.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Kev.
That's
You just
over
helped-
2 years, at
You just
least
helped me find it.
100 streams if we count only unboxings. So, no one's gonna. Great. Now I'm just basically inviting everyone to go look for it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Everyone
Hey,
post
win or lose.
post
Thanks for the super
stories.
chat, man.
and tag Paul.
It's fine. Yes. So so they're setting up the field comm. They're trying to get in contact with Vel and Cinta, who we last saw they had branched off on their own mission. And they're on another position hiding in these rocks. Wasn't
Yeah,
that much important, like the people officers walking by peeing and whatnot.
They were on their prisoner rescue mission, right, Ernie?
Yeah.
For a
They are.
second, I was like, it was Ernie, right? For a
Thank
second.
you.
For a second.
I thought it too. Hey, it was still there though. It almost happened. Almost.
How
happened.
quickly we dispelled that theory. That's why we wanted to stream right away, because it didn't happen. Paul said, "Make it this Saturday. I'm gonna rub this in that mother face."
Yes, it didn't happen, but peeing did.
Peeing
First time
did.
we've got peeing in Star Wars now.
This is the
This
first-
episode just breaks all barriers, man. I mean, this
This
show.
whole series.
Yeah.
Is this the first Star Wars urination?
Yes.
Well, they
Like the act of?
Mandalorian in the Mandalorian, the first use of like acknowledgement that there's a bathroom, right?
The refresher?
I
No,
think
because,
in Rebels they say the refresher too.
Oh, okay. Well, I
really?
guess live action, the first live action sort of reference to it, because it was
I
like the
think so.
mithril in season 1. He said, "Well, can I use your?"
Mhm.
He has to use the Mando's bathroom basically on the Razor
Mhm.
Crest, right? So it's really cool that they're acknowledging the fact that even in a galaxy long, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, people had to go to the bathroom. So
They're really showing the other side of it.
he does. He really does, everyone.
Ryan says, "I love peeing.
He does.
It's good
All right.
for." Why are we talking about this, Ryan? Come on.
I don't
Come
know.
on. Why did I
don't
even
wanna
highlight
hold
that?
it.
He has to
High school
balance out
creations in the
Paul.
chat. Yeah, it's a dig at Paul for sure.
Yeah.
Paul be holding.
Paul be,
But,
Paul be holding his pee.
He's it's
You're peeing
important
on
to
one
show.
guy. Sorry.
What? No, come on.
There it was.
I'll be stealth
SDCC,
peeing
here we
is
go.
more what I meant. Yeah. He did teach us about stealth pee.
Stealth peeing. Yes.
Yeah.
I still hope we can get into SDCC. God.
Come on. At this rate, it's
This
a
is
lock.
totally going to get us into SDCC. Come on. And I know the name, the panel will be called Peeing in Star Wars.
Oh yeah, we can do a full exploration of all
Exactly. It's
references
not just
to
the rain.
peeing.
Yeah.
Not just the rain.
The rain.
I took a turn I wasn't ready for.
The rain.
Oh no.
You're muted. You're muted, Kev.
I knew I was cursing. I was cursing under my breath about all this pee talk, so I had to mute myself. Thank God. What's up, Mike? High School Creations. Mike and Yoko and the Enablers were nice enough to come on Thursday for a 5-hour stream, which we reviewed everyone's album cover toy photos. So it was like 190
covers?
photos. Yeah, that's the one. I
So
asked
dope.
Paul last night which album he would create, and he chose the easy way out. He said the Beatles
White
White album.
Hmm.
Like, you don't need a toy for that. What would you...
It's there behind the white. You just have to look deep.
The Beatles. Looks like Mike's all grown up. Your Mike? Tree gang. Okay. All right. Enough distractions. But the
Are you gonna ignore
Vel-
Cap Lives comment?
Where's Cap Lives? What do you say? SDPP? I was hoping.
Oh!
I was hoping to.
Oh, that
Thanks,
had to be
Yoko.
acknowledged. Now we can move on. Now we can. Move
Was that
on.
what was holding us back?
Yeah.
Thanks, Cap. But yeah, now we get a little more of the plan of they're on a different spot. 2 points of attack. Where's the arrow? You guys are so childish. But here we have Bryan Cranston leading the gang, and we see
The
the
Yak Street Boys.
There's an album cover for you.
How long have you been waiting for that?
No, I literally it just came to me. They look like yak herders, and it's like, oh,
Yeah, no, I got it.
the yaks.
I really like they just inserted themselves. This was their plan as part of a group to direct all the Aldanis to the site. They're pretending to be people from the Alkenzi Air Base. I have to say, Gorn's plan is absolutely brilliant. It's like, yo, get all the good people, funnel them away, go to the bottom of the hill, watch the eye. I'll bring in people from another base, people that the ones who are at the base now wouldn't be familiar with. So now I can insert these new faces. No one's really going to question it. And the best part is, it's just like have everyone look away in one direction. It's like the big distraction. Everyone look over there, and we'll steal.
Oh, this is something I wanted to bring up, and I noticed, and being legit about this. So their hats, the material that their hats are made out of, I don't know. I'm going to throw this out to everybody watching this stream. Like, get a closer look at it because it looks almost like a linen sort of material. It's a lot lighter than the cavalry twill that the regular uniform officers, the material the officers' uniforms are made out of. And actually, this is the base of this uniform is the Mud Trooper from Solo. And underneath the armor, like there is that World War I type tunic with the, it's very reminiscent, but the material looks different. It doesn't look like cavalry twill. It doesn't look like denim. It's got this really fine sort of like a herringbone sort of pattern to it. Like, can you see their hats? Like you can see they're almost like a linen. They're slightly wrinkled. They have this look to them, and that actually totally caught my eye. And I'm wondering because none of the costuming groups, at least that I follow on Facebook, have mentioned anything like that. But that looks like a completely different type of fabric than they usually use. That looks, which is a pretty neat sort of variation, I think, because that's going to drive the 501st wild in terms of trying to source that material. Because it's very specific. It's a very specific type thing, and it looks like a linen hat compared to some of the other hats that like Lieutenant Gorn has to wear, for example.
It all looks like Fat Chonies to me.
It's not shiny enough, Ernie.
No,
Oh, wait, that's the oil.
Oh man, my wife just messaged me and said, "Did you hear that?" So I'm highly suspicious of what's happening upstairs. But hey, Paul, hanging with Anna yesterday. She was great. We failed to mention that she was there. We were like, oh,
and Tommy is
Eric.
half.
Yes,
Sandy
that's right.
was
We
there,
had it.
too.
So completely failed to count them in, but it was a great time hanging with the ladies as well. And I said to my wife today, I'm like, God, I can't wait till we all hang out. You're gonna love them. Like, Anna's fantastic. She's always trolling Paul in real life. And then as I'm saying this, I'm realizing like maybe I shouldn't bring her in. Like, she's gonna learn stuff from Anna or something. Who knows?
Yeah, all of her secrets are out. It's a gift from a friend in Canada.
Is this the friend? Is this your excuse? Torrensu says HD stills would have been nice. Look, if I could have from Disney Plus, I would. Okay,
They don't let
you
you.
know, help me out. Val A is in the chat. How are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. We're only at this part, so you haven't missed much. 46 minutes. How much could you have missed?
Hey, Paul. So, on your note to the hats,
Yes, sir.
do you think it was that everybody's uniform that you're seeing, or just these 4?
No, everybody's.
Oh,
it
okay.
It was very, very interesting.
Okay, because I was going to say maybe they had to make theirs instead of stealing, or do you get what I'm saying? Like it went to the story.
No, but that's it's
But if it
easier
was
to steal
everybody's.
than to have to make these. They're not prisoners of war that had to take their old uniforms.
Okay.
And like they had access to other resources, and why take that chance?
Okay.
That's
okay.
the other thing. You don't want to. They said to Gorn, "We're going to need your gloves and your belt because there's one extra." When Clem Fandango joined them, and Gorn showed up, he's like, "Oh, who the hell is this? When was I going to find?" It's like, "Well, he's a new one, and we're going to need you to leave your belt and your gloves behind." So,
all right. Yeah, I was just saying maybe if it was just these 4, or if not everybody.
Yeah, I think as well. It's like, because what if they miss a detail? It's like, if you show up in your homemade,
Correct.
if you want to infiltrate an army base and you have a homemade army uniform, people might, they'll take a look at it because they are the military. And they'll be like, seems a bit off, even if it is surplus stuff.
Yeah,
they'll look at it and go, there's a difference between surplus and actual army issue.
Yeah.
So.
And I was just wondering because of what you said, because I do also agree with Kevin, this was such a good plan. Everybody is just worried about watching the eye, right? And there's so many people there that 4 dudes showing up of, I don't know them. Do you? Oh no, they must be from another base. Doesn't even concern anybody. So yeah, I was onto what a good plan too. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Well, there was that group when there was another squad when they marched up and the other squad was already there. They were giving them the eye. Going,
I saw that.
Who the hell are these guys?
Yeah.
They're from Alkenzi. It's like, we know everybody at Alkenzi. We don't know these guys type thing. Like that was the look that I was getting. The vibe that I was getting from that other squad.
They kind of gave them the stink eye briefly.
Yeah.
But nothing really happened. But definitely added to the suspense of the episode, because while we're watching it, you're just waiting for the smallest thing to really kind of blow up the whole plan, because it's not going to go perfectly, right?
Well,
so it added to the suspense for me.
And what's his name? The former Stormy. What's his name? Tremason? No.
I don't remember either.
The guy who was touched, he used to be the former stormtrooper. When he's like Valley 1.
Terramin.
That's it. Like Valley 1. It's like, dude, everyone can hear you. Can people not hear him? Like
he's so close.
Listening to his radio. Yes, we're still here. Valley 1. It's like, like part of me is like, shh, you're talking too loud.
Yeah.
He's the guy who's listening to the sports game at church.
Yeah.
If the team is Valley, it's like Valley 1. Yes.
But even so much too, he wasn't even giving her a chance to answer.
Yeah. Well, because she was late though, right? And then that other
getting worried.
We'll get to it. Sorry, Yoko. You're right. I'm jumping ahead. We'll get to that part later on.
Is that supposed to be me?
What do you mean?
You did that wiener voice. You're like, we'll get to that part later on.
Oh no, that's me doing a wiener voice. I don't know if you want to subscribe. If you think that's supposed to be you, that's on you, man.
No, I'm sure I've said that. Hey, let's not take a dig at me. He's a former. They aren't subtle. Oh, we'll see. To be honest, I was almost bored until this episode finally had some pew pew pews. Rick Jones. I mean, it's the subtlety of the storytelling so far. But yes, action definitely is a welcomed part of Star Wars for sure. All right, the Aldanis and Bryan Cranston. Oh, I'm pressing left instead of right. I know how to do this. They're walking in, and I love how he has to remind them. It's like, these people hate us. Don't interact with them. It's gonna cause a problem. So it's perfect. These guys are gonna look too hard at them. They're just gonna try to ignore and walk by. I love this dude where his wife is Star Wars Anna. He's like, my belt compressed. It doesn't fit my sash. And then she's like, perhaps you've expanded. Like, damn, that's cruel. So super sassy, but you can tell it sets up that she doesn't like him. I think Anna likes Paul though, but this one doesn't like the husband. I think. I don't want to assume.
Not only that, but how about what are you doing? He's 12. He can dress himself. Come over here and help me.
Yeah. Right.
Men.
It's so true.
Don't be belt.
On mine though, dude, I can never find my belt. That's the problem I'm having right now. It's somewhere here, but I can never find
expanding. Thank you, Cap Lives. Very on brand for the channel. Also, yeah, so they have a ceremony. It's all for show. They trade a goat pelt.
Pelts.
I don't know if I say the wrong word. Paul will correct me. But no, it's pelts. And he's like, oh, it's just a little thing we trade for 3 years of rental for the base and using their land. And it's like, that's not really. You're the only one who really thinks that, or the Empire thinks that. I like Bryan Cranston. Brian Picard says to Gorn with a little backhanded compliment. See how the subtitles got better? May the eye stay open long enough for you to find some good within you. He speaks the local language, and to them, he's, I don't know. Do we know if he's local? Right? He fell in love with a local woman, but is he from here? Because he says he's been here 7 years, or was he with the Empire for 7 years? And he
served there for 7. Mm-hmm. He's been stationed on Aldhani for 7 years.
Okay.
Right. Long enough to learn the language.
Okay.
Obviously. Long enough to fall in love. Long enough to have his woman killed. Long enough to lose a promotion.
Well, no, they're going to rescue her.
They're going to rescue. That's right.
No spoilers.
They're going to rescue her. She's underwater in the underwater prison.
Oh, Kenobi's on that one, right?
You never know.
We know.
This is just a great shot. This is where they're all talking. Like, shut up.
Like zoom in on the hats.
Okay, sorry.
It's a different. It's more of a like a. It is. It's got more of that linen sort of fabric quality to it. Like if you go to Andor's hat. Quickly, boy. That's his nose. There, you can see it there. It looks more like a linen quality to it. Like especially on the fucking pointing the screen. Near the ears. But it's a different material than the cavalry twill that is used on the regular officers' uniforms. So anyways, right. and I noticed it in their tunics as well. So
I think we should really position this stream, the show, to like the 501st and cosplayers. Be like, show up, and we have the best high def screenshots. We get really close. So if you need stuff for reference, you should definitely tune in to the channel. But you can get a lot of great references here. Yeah, there's also a Black Series of Clem Cassian in this armor. And I don't know if they're going to make the other 4. That would be cool. Probably easy because you could reuse so much and just switch or make new heads. But I think it's an exclusive, so I'm going to pass. Let me see. Next. All right. So Cinta and Vel, they were hiding in that rock, waiting for some of the event to start, the asteroids or whatever it was to start shooting across, so that they can glide across the water under the through the noise, or disguised as in case there's any radars or anything. I guess sonar. I don't know what they use. Just hiding through there. It was very James Bondish because they have their uniforms kind of under this scuba gear, and they have this. It was just cool. Just like these cool backpacks, waterproof backpacks with the roll up. Was this Kevin Paul used Uncle Iroh voice on you? Is that the Uncle Iroh voice?
What did you say when? Huh? I'm sorry, I never listened to you. I mean,
There it is.
I was drinking and I didn't hear what you said.
No, you used the Uncle Iroh voice. Oh, I think you said "move faster, boy," or something like that.
That's not my Uncle Iroh voice.
Uncle Iroh is like relaxed and mellow. All right, so this is the ceremony. They brought the higher up officers out to trade pelts, and I like that Gorn is the translator, and he's definitely, the guy was making snarky comments, and Gorn was translating it to make it sound like something nice. But this part here with Val, she added the comms jammer, and it showed more of that theme of the hesitation and nervousness before initiating the mission. Like they were all waiting, like, are we going? Are we going? Are we starting? I think you could really see the hesitation and I guess fear also in her eyes.
I was yelling at the screen. I was like, just say go. What are you waiting for? Like I was like freak, and part of me then was wondering at first I thought she was just scared of heights. Because she had to look down and go, oh, I got to rappel down there. And if I say go, then we have to do that. And so for a second there, I thought, is it because she's scared? Like, why is she like, this is the moment. Everything.
It just suddenly got very real, right? To her.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. Yeah.
And knowing that not everyone's going to make it, or, probably like she's sending people to their deaths, essentially.
Yeah.
I think having that on her, right? Like that's what she knows she's doing when she says go.
Yeah, like once you say go, it's the point of no return. Like that's it.
No turning back.
She could still swim out if she wanted to, but like once we go, we go. So
Herself?
that's it.
That would have sucked.
Takes the little spinny wheel thing and she's like, whoop, 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 just leaves. Yo, here we go. Chat saying, Carl, I was also wondering if there's just MC says the Aldani elder looks like Walter White. Look at Cranston's face when Gorn didn't actually translate. Yo, yeah, that's what I got, Cap. He says he gives like almost like a threat to the Imperial. Says, tell him our ghosts have strong hands and long memories. This guy looks like a gnome, actually. I just realized.
I just
but
saw
those
that
are the
too.
ear flaps. Those are the ear flaps.
His hat is pointy.
Yeah, it does look like a gnome.
Nobody else has a pointy hat.
He's like, what did he say? He goes, he says, may the eye find the good in all of us. So, what? I didn't say that. So he knows English or basic, I guess. Fargonaut in the chat says, ahoy there, mateys. Ahoy yourself. Thank you for tuning in.
Why is his hat so alert?
It's the style of the time.
No, nobody else has an alert hat.
Maybe he has a pointed head.
Yeah, what if he's a Kiadi Mundi type?
Okay.
Yoko, you
All I
dome
see is
shaming?
gnome.
Yeah, it looks like a gnome. I would put that on my lawn because it's Star Wars. But yeah, so they finally go after hearing Paul yell "go" through the TV screen. They go over the side, 007 style, GoldenEye over the over the side of the dam, running down. That's the first thing I thought of. It's so good.
I had literally said that out loud when I was watching this from the point of the water. I was like, Kevin must love this episode. Because that's all I thought was this is so 007 with those two, what they were doing from the water to the rappelling down.
The name, the Severnaya base.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yo, Laser Pants says, dude looks like Walter White. What's up, Ryan?
Pew, pew.
There you go. Paul should watch Breaking Bad. It's pretty good. But I think, some of these shots look really, really. I don't know. Do you think this is how practical is this?
Pretty,
or it just
pretty
looks
good.
awesome?
Seems like a vast understatement for Breaking
This
Bad.
whole
Anyway,
episode
sorry.
is Hollywood, like big screen cinematic quality to me. That's I was trying to build up to that, but I don't know. Well, we can kind of talk about that when it's prettier shots. But they started showing these people actually don't care about the trading of the pelts. Did you guys get an idea they were gonna get involved somehow, or somehow they had their own plans to rebel, and that's what would mess up our gang's plan?
That's what I was thinking, that they'd be up to something that would conflict.
And I thought they were a part of it. I thought maybe, again, because he had his lady there, that they knew him or something, and I thought they were going to help out because
which one was his lady?
At this point, Ernie still thought the rescue.
Yeah, I did, but not with that. But I'm saying, you know, because he knows them as a people, right? I mean, he fell in love with somebody there. If this is the head elder, we don't know who his lady was, but I did. That gave me the whole time. I was like, yo, they're going to do something. They're going to pull out blasters. They're going to something, right? I really thought they were going to ambush all of those troopers that were there as well, too, because it really seemed like it. And especially at this part where he just tossed it in and lit it on fire, I was like, oh, yeah, they're so with them.
I thought, you know, he was going to throw it in. They turn around. They just pull out like Glocks from under all their all their farmers' clothes. And they weren't locals. They were like, I don't know, soldiers or something. I really thought they were going to interfere or mess up something for everyone.
Yeah, it really felt like that.
This scene was crazy because it was like the moment they got down the elevator, you see Andor march over to that door locks it, and then immediately blaster goes up and everyone's like, don't move, freeze. And crazy scene because you see Nemec holding the blaster. You guys saw, right? It's like really quick shot of him. It's his hands really shaky as he's holding it to Variant Paul officer, and so then the engineer guy sees this kind of weakness and draws on him, and it's this standoff. And did anyone else think it's like, yep, this is it for Nemec? That's it.
Did that on purpose though, right? Like I think they made us think he was going to die a few times before. Spoiler alert!
Yeah, it
actually happened. Where it got to the point where I was like, maybe he won't die. And then as soon as I thought that.
That's it. It's the bait and switch. As soon as you relax and think he's made it, spoiler alert, he gets crushed.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're going to bring that up. We're going to recap.
Murder
episode. Murder butt. That's later on.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, like total cold-blooded.
Here's some more hat close-ups for Paul.
Focusing on his collar instead.
Or that flared nostril.
He's scared. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
I didn't catch the shaky hand.
The thing is, the colonel, what he says, let the boy go. Right? Like that's kind of cool, right? He's not like, let us all go or whatever. Let the boy go. He says, like, there's a little kid there, right? And Skeen is there with with the blaster rifle right to the back of his head, and he even pushes down a little bit more, like, no, this is not going to work, right? So
I think when you usually watch movies and something like that happens, it's to like your protagonist, which is usually a good guy, and they're like, just let the kid go, take me instead. So for someone on the Empire side to kind of take that honorable route, like he knows they're probably not going to make it, but let the boy go. Let him go. He's got nothing to do with this. That kind of deal. And later on, when Vel is like, you know, either you cooperate or everyone dies. I'm like, really makes you think like, hey, who's the bad guys here?
Well, but she also said, because he was like, you're going to kill us all anyway. And she was like, no, that's what you guys would do, not us. Yeah. Like they didn't want to kill anybody.
All you have to do is cooperate. Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah, but I love it's not as black and white as it always seems that the Empire's evil, and it's beautifully written.
I saw it as a dad moment because that whole scene where they were getting dressed too, he was totally being the dig dad of, you're not sick, you have to go put on these clothes, and then he even said he was going to beat him. You know, I'll raise a hand to you.
He didn't say that.
He wasn't the one that said save the boy. Yeah,
the corporal did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? I thought it was the dad.
No.
Never mind.
It was the colonel.
Yeah.
I thought it was
He's
the
all
dad.
around dick.
Yeah, never mind. He is. He's like, kill the kid, let me go. Never mind. I thought that was him who said that.
Mm-mm.
Wow. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
there goes that then.
Variant Paul was still lying through his teeth. He's like, I can't do anything to open the vault. It has to be
Yeah,
open
that's
from
true.
Alkenzi. He was putting everyone in jeopardy.
He has a name.
No,
I don't know it. That's why someone
I don't
gave us
want
look
the
it up right now. It starts with a
Variant
J.
Paul. I'm like
Oh,
a cousin for
J-Hold.
Paul that we call.
name is
that you're calling
J-Hold.
him.
And he's a
Variant.
commandant.
Paul's
And
only
thus the
Paul's
variation
only
of his
looking it up,
costume.
so I'll stop saying Variant Paul.
That's fine. I don't mind.
I mind. I don't like it.
All right, his name is J-Hold.
J-hole.
Yeah, that's what
Rhymes
it sounds
with a-hole.
But
What a
Let's
J-hole.
just call him
A-hole.
A-hole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
J-hole. Maybe they call that. Yeah, in
Commandant
Star Wars,
A-hole.
it's called
All right.
something. It's like they call it the
Oh, it
J-hole.
starts with a J.
It was Jayhyhold.
Yeah, J-hold.
J-Hold. He's a J-hole.
Total J-hole.
What a
Total J-hole.
And then
And this right here, she didn't even give a
Santa's
F,
a
man.
She's got
No.
the Greedo blaster.
Stone
Yeah.
cold. Yeah.
But that was perfect that they were coming in from another angle.
Yeah.
She's the one that takes out the guy who was actually being nice. Well, he was holding a blaster, but he wasn't being nice. Total badass. This is the perfect. Oh, she's so cool. So they get the commandant a-hole to the elevator, and this is the part where Vel, I'm just like, do they sound like terrorists or are they the good guys? Winger Lou says his real name sounds worse. Cap Liv says, shut your J-hole.
J-hole. He's staring right into the camera.
Okay, so the comms jammer finally kicks in, and this, I guess, communications officer.
Corporal Klims? Is it Klims? Klink? No.
I don't remember.
Clink.
Corporal Klimitz or Klims or
Colonel-
something like that.
Colonel
Start with a
Klink?
K.
Yeah, who is
Colonel K.
somehow the hero in this episode, almost. We'll
Busy
get back
body.
to that. He notices that the comms go down. Here we go. If you don't help us, your family will die. Just playing to that whole vein of this kind of terrorist position, but they're freedom fighters, so it's like, you know, who's telling the story? They walk in on these guards who are playing this game. Have we seen like this game before? Ernie, is this something that they would have at Batu for sale? Or
No, because the Sabak cards are different. So
Sabak cards are like long, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're more like, they look more like shields. Like they're
Yes, exactly.
Wait, this is a Canadian toonie. No, it's a poker chip.
So the money's on, but I don't know that card game.
And look at the symbols on the cards. They're different from the Sabak symbols.
Yes. Yeah.
They're actually, oh my God, pull back a bit. The cards, they're like Imperial cogs. If you pull
Yeah.
back,
Rick Jones says it's Space Uno.
reverse. Look, if you look at the cutouts, it looks like an
Yeah.
Imperial, like if you
Yes.
don't look at what's in the center, like the design pattern in the center, the
Yeah.
negative spaces that are cut out actually make it look like an Imperial cog.
They got them in the general store
Space Pinochle.
on base.
It looks like Continental Airlines to me. Do you
Eh,
remember what their
Kinda
logo
does.
looks
The
like?
globe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really does.
Some sort of poker.
But I mean,
move.
again, right? I mean, this was what you said about him hitting that switch. That was totally like the turn on for the bank heist, right? I mean, I know we saw the whole 007 scene lead up to it, but as soon as it wasn't. It just started, and then this playing out. Like, what a good plan! He know these dudes who he kept inside wouldn't be doing crap but playing cards, right? Because it's all of them there. They were all just there chilling, not doing their job. Nobody's here. Everybody's outside. Nobody's gonna come in. Let's play a game, and then boom, there's everybody in one spot. Like, what a plan!
Muted myself
Muted.
again.
Yeah.
But right down to the very last second, it's like, come on down.
I love that. I love that you're congratulating this plan like it's like real life, not a scripted show.
Bravo.
It had me like so
Wow.
intense to it. It
How
did.
did they know?
No, but
I've
like,
seen this episode like 3 times.
because last episode, it seemed like they were so ill prepared.
Remember, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, we know something's gonna go wrong, right?
Because Cassian's like, wait, you really don't know?
Yes, right.
How, you're telling me now you don't know, and you're asking me? Are you asking me or testing me?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Everything
But
fell
I mean,
into
those are
place.
I think all the little details of how to get there, like that was all worked on because that's stuff that is relatable. It's easy. They actually have intel. But like flying that transport ship, they had no idea because no one was ever in there. So like, yeah. Those 3 cards of the flop, right?
I like that. This is Texas Hold'em. What's the Texas? Tatooine Hold'em. This guy's like 40. I'm in. Call. Raise. Toonies. Hawksla. Whatever.
Hawksla.
But all of them had different words that were kind of like Hawks something. They were like variations of it. But it was cool to see. And I want to learn more about that game and where we can buy it. But yeah, again, down to the very last second, they're playing it like they don't rush in with guns. They want to make sure everyone's crowded together first, and they don't have guns. Expa. Why did I? Oh yeah, because of the names of the. Oh, you couldn't see the screenshot, so it just sounded like I was saying gibberish. Hexpa. Look back. Like, Kevin, are you okay? Hexpa.
And bless you.
Commandant inspection. So it was awesome. No one would suspect. They're all walking in, but they had the blasters ready to fire. That might be a little suspect, but they line them all up. And then immediately this guy just draws once they're in position and they're close enough, he draws. And, it's too late for those Tatooine Hold'em players. I hope this is like a meme going forward. Anyone getting hyped for sporting events or tonight's stream.
This is a really great shot of the hat, the material for the hat.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, look at it. Look at it. Look at the wrinkles in it. You can really see it's a different material. It's not the same.
Since
It's
you've
like
said it,
linen.
all I keep seeing is a tablecloth napkin. Like that type of linen?
Oh.
Is that what you mean? Like the thickness of that linen?
Yeah,
it's
it's a different type of fabric. I'm telling you, and this is like for the cosplay community. This is a kind of a big deal.
And so when you keep saying that, that's all I keep seeing is like that type of thickness and that type of material.
Yeah.
Welcome, cosplayers.
Yes, come on. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. But this was my favorite part.
Yeah, it was great. It was 5 minutes of them yelling at everyone else. Let's go, move your ass, and using those troopers to load their loot for them on the space dollies that float.
Classic.
This part.
Classic.
Okay, here we go. We're here.
So good.
All right, here we go.
Now we're here.
All right, here's where we get into the science,
the mess up,
and the nitpicking. The nitty gritty, not the hat. You thought the hat part that's nothing compared to
the hat is a discovery. The hat is a really cool sort of discovery. I think I could be completely wrong, but it's a different material, and that's for me it's interesting because I have that costume, right? And so now it's like, well, is this screen accurate? Like, is it going to be a new CRL for the 501st? There might be. I mean, if they can confirm that it's a different material. Perhaps. Anyways, let's get down to this now.
So what was his name that you had, Paul?
Kimsey. Corporal Kimsey is his name. I had to look it up. I thought it was Klimps, like the artist, or Clink, like the character in Hogan's Heroes. But no, it's Corporal Kimsey, who, I mean, and this is the one part where I was like, what? Why? First of all, they're transmitting in the wild, right? So like the whole we've taken the vault, we've breached the vault door.
Their jammer is on.
Yeah, the jammer's on, so they can't.
Your comms are off.
But the comms to Alkenzi are still open. That's the thing. Everything else, they're cut off from everywhere else, but the channel to Alkenzi is still wide open, right? And that I kind of get because it's like, well, they said only a signal from Alkenzi can unlock the bars of all the credits, right? Those can unlock those straps, and we'll blow them instead, right? But why is that channel kept open if it's everything's jammed up? maybe to not raise suspicion and to go, hey, we've lost contact with the garrison, so let's send some fighters right away, right? But I thought it was weird. But like the fact that they have this communications device that is going to work through the jamming, and they don't encrypt it, or they don't use code words at least, and say because they're basically saying we're at the vault, the only vault on the planet, and we have like it just he knows exactly where they are because he hears vault, so he's like, let's get some men and go to the vault.
Is this their mistake though? Like this is the mistake that they made.
And I think that's the
showing
thing
their
that's
inexperience.
How they could like they go Echo 1, Valley 1. They have all these cool names, but they don't give a code name to the vault. Like we've reached the nest, right? Or we've just something different.
The Wampa has landed.
That I found a bit interesting. So that
I bet
made
they
me
do
think
next time.
What's that?
I bet they do next time.
Yeah, next time.
Well, the one, all right, the ones who are left.
2, the 3. Well, we don't know what happens to Cinta really, but that's the thing. That's the thing that sort of for me because it was. I just kind of thought like because that was the flood. That's what caused the chain reaction of events to happen, right? That sets everything, and you knew it had to happen, right? Like even last week, he's like, I can't wait to see what screws up.
Yeah,
Right.
of
And
all
so
the things that could go wrong.
Yeah,
and everyone is watching like with the microscope, like what's it gonna be? It's like, oh, that field comm they mentioned earlier that the Empire doesn't use anymore. This guy can hear it, and then in 2 clicks of a button is able to pin down whatever channel or frequency it's on and hear everything clearly. Like,
and that's what got me too. So like if everything else is jammed, of course anything that they can pick up, they will pick up.
Did we just fire Ernie?
Where is Ernie?
Did we just fire him?
maybe his laptop died.
Did I miss the?
All right, everyone, here's the real show.
Did I miss the memo where it was finally happening?
Is it bad? Like how long have we been talking and he's been gone?
It just happened.
No,
just
it just happened.
Like,
Yeah.
He's been gone for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, Paul.
It's like, oh, I didn't.
I'll message him. But please continue with the comms.
No, it was weird. So I was trying to figure out why the signal to the Alkenzi base was left open, and they could still communicate back and forth, and then why they were transmitting in the wild. That's what I was wondering. I'm sure there's a good explanation for it. I couldn't figure it out. I wasn't smart enough to figure that one out. So I'm going to throw that out to everybody in the chats. What are your theories on why Alkenzi had to be left open?
Yeah. Of an otherwise perfect episode, this is the only thing that I was like, oh,
But I'm saying I feel like it wasn't a mistake. I mean, I feel like it wasn't. Like I feel like that's an intentional mistake. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say. Like
Whose
that was.
intent-
Like I. What am I trying to say? I feel like that was the mistake the rebel group made, right? Like maybe they didn't need to do it that way, but that was the one thing that they didn't think about. So it's a
Cassian
plot.
could only
It's like
see the flaw
It's a plot
in everything
device.
else.
Yeah. No?
Yeah, I thought maybe it's something out of their control, but whatever. Something needed to mess up.
Yeah, the other thing too is all those credits. I mean, it reminded me of, and Anna brought this up. That heist, the Italian job, where the original and the remake, when they have to steal the gold in the remake, and it's like they break into that vault, and there's like all these stacks and stacks and stacks of gold, and gold's really heavy, and they had the system where they brought this thing so they could slide the gold into the backs of the minis and take off. That's what it kind of reminded me of, like all those rows and rows and rows of all the credits and stuff, and they're obviously very, very heavy. They're them trying to steal as much as they can within the time limit. And even Gorn says, like, you guys are still here? I thought you'd be packing up and leaving. I guess my question is, yes, they were going to steal the payroll from the payroll in the sector, but how much were they planning on taking?
Like all of it?
Like, that's the thing is, like, were they expecting to take all of it? Were they expecting to
said
take
all of it? They said
but there was so much that was left over, which was, and they still got out with like 80 million credits, which is a lot, give or take, right? But it felt like they didn't even get half
Did they not?
of what was
They
in
didn't get it all. I thought they
No,
did.
no, there was
No.
tons left in the vault. If you look at the screen caps after, and I thought, oh, they didn't get them all, because that was a big ass vault.
Yeah.
And which brought me to the other one. The other question is they didn't have any sort of power loaders or, like something that could lift up an entire
Stack
pallet
of them?
and just transport them over instead of like one at a time to stack them up on the carts, the dollies.
Because they have these like anti-grav things.
Yeah.
Why
Force
don't
field,
they have a bigger one that can
stuff
just
like that. Yeah.
yeah.
That could, I don't know. I think it was really, really interesting. So
I guess the Empire never planned to have to move the entire skid, I guess, so to
Yeah.
say, all at once. But yeah.
like they didn't have any droids, powerlifting droids. They had Ned,
They
like
had Ned
he
Beast.
can move all these things. So I kind of thought they would have something like that.
All right, so this is the part where I thought these guys were gonna pop off and like charge or something. Those people brought the cap to the campfire, so I thought that I don't know. I was waiting for them to do something, but their music and their ritual kind of stitched in with the heist, kind of built up the suspense. Also, I think the pacing and the music, but otherwise, I'm just like, oh, they're real locals, just doing their thing. Like, I don't know, this is a bomb, maybe? I don't know. I was waiting for something to start up. But that's the start of the event. And man, Yoko, let me know. What did you think of the visuals of this or the whole episode?
I thought it was amazing. Like I thought it looked really good. And I'm like, wait, I hope they give us like I would love for them to give us a scene of just the eye, without the back and forth, just so we can actually enjoy the spectacle at some point. Like
so you can be like the locals and
yeah, like bonus content, like give us just their POV to enjoy the spectacle.
Yeah, I was hyped to see it. Paul, what did you think of the meteor?
Oh, spectacular. Just spectacular. And I love how they timed the dousing of the flames, the turning off of all the lights, just to like ensure that everyone could get the sound. And what I loved was the sound design too of, the crystals going through. It wasn't just a light show. It was like, you can hear them as they streaked across the sky. And it was just like, I mean, it was gorgeous to see. And like that whole idea of it becoming an eye, like the way it was flying and stuff. It was just like, oh yeah, very literal. I love it. Love it. So really enjoyed that. Sorry, you got to give me a second here.
Well,
we're losing everybody.
It
also made me think of the Purgles though in Rebels for some, like the colors. Do you remember
oh yeah, flying through the sky.
Yeah.
ILM VFX still the best, says Rick Jones. I don't know what it is. Like visually, this series just seems more polished and like honestly, big screen caliber over Kenobi. Even like some of the 3D graphics of Mon Mothma's vehicle and the cityscapes on Coruscant. This here. The chase scene and all the different colors and explosions later on. It's like, it's crazy. Are we changing to
Tommy,
the Boba?
No, Tommy's comment.
Oh
right
my
after
God,
that.
this stream is just like the heist, losing members along the way.
Oh, we got one back. Phew.
He's alive. He just got his adrenaline shot. Ryan says this show isn't just ILM. Laserpan says it's a little off-putting to think that this is the same universe where Inquisitors have helicopter lightsabers. I get it, man. I think that's a cool part of this show. It's like there's not really the whole lightsaber force wielding characters and more grounded. Also, helicopters, lightsabers seem cool, but they never got to use it in live action. Maybe they just dialed it back since Rebels. Yeah, Carl, even the simple shots of the TIE fighter pilots. Oh, we're gonna talk about TIE pilots, Carl. Don't you worry. Imagine this quality with Book of Boba or Kenobi would have been so dope. This is just a visually beautiful series. Oh, it was the next slide. It's like, hold on, we'll wait. No, we're here. Alkenzi Air Command. This is the base where they're like, oh, we got to alert that the vault has been opened. No one has responded. We got a scene of Cinta just turning off the comms in that tower she was in. So the TIE pilots are like, all right, let's get into action. Paul, what did you think of this sequence, man?
I loved it. I mean, this is really cool because it's very much you never see them sort of scrambling to get into the cockpits. I think this is one of those things where you realize that if you're afraid of heights, you're not going to be a good TIE pilot. There are still, even though there are rails there, like that
kind
entire
of pilot, probably.
Yeah, the
It's
entire
Bell.
gantry. Well, just getting to your ship.
Yeah.
I mean, you could fly, and like if you're inside, like I get that, but like having to run across that gangway, and there are no rails up top. There
It's
are
Star
rails
Wars.
Sort of, which I
There's
think
no
is
rail.
hilarious. It's like they still do that, but them climbing in and powering up the ties is great. Like I really, and like look at that backdrop too.
With
Like
the
the way
eye in the
they're
background.
silhouetted there, and you can see the two little lights on the ion engines for the ties is just I love it. I think it's great.
Ernie, you good?
Welcome back.
Yeah, doing that stealth P is really difficult. I did it totally wrong.
I think
Yeah.
you've gone a little too long for stealth P, Ernie.
It's stupid, man. Sorry, the computer. Somebody said it in the chat earlier.
Did it
I
overheat?
think it was, yeah, and it just shuts me off.
This is the rental?
That was it. No, I had to go get my old one back. That was
Oh,
the whole
dang.
reason. And so it's like my computer knows that. Like, you switched me out, bro. You put me in storage and nothing works. I tried deleting stuff, and so yeah, here's another case where I'm gonna go try and talk to HP again and see what happens. But I apologize. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. But yes, you should apologize.
Don't let it
No,
happen
man,
again.
get a laptop
I
fan.
know.
They're like, what, 15, 20 bucks on Amazon?
I have the fan blowing on it. This thing is like super hot over here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Your home
like
fan or like a laptop fan?
no, I have the home fan blowing into it. Yeah, I don't use a laptop. I have a desktop.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just put the old school block of ice on top.
right. For real.
As it
I don't
melts,
even.
the
I don't even
cold
have
water
the
will
freaking
cool it
cover
down.
on it. Yeah, just pour cold ice water on it. That should do it.
Laser
This
Pants
scene was
says,
incredible.
yeah, TIE fighters have never looked better in live action. And I have to agree, especially when they start dropping down, getting ready to take off. Ernie, what did you think of this scene?
This was my favorite. I mean, it was so intense. The running down, the climbing, the way he jumped off, and then lifts the lid and you hear it. That was the what happened? What did I do?
No, it wasn't you this time.
Oh, okay. So then he jumps off and you hear the hatch open up. That was great. This shot right here that you paused it at, this would have been a yeah, I need the other one. This right here would have been a poster in my room as a kid, like for reals. That's just I loved it. It was amazing. I thought even down to them inside with all the instruments and everything. That was cool. Oh, there you go, RMD. Yeah, same here. I'm serious. This right here would have been a poster on my wall.
Do you know what this
awesome?
That startup sequence kind of reminded me of? There was it's on YouTube. It's an anime fan film of a TIE squadron flying into action and blowing, like attacking a rebel supply run or something. And it's very much like this, where the pilots scramble, they jump into the cockpits, they're firing up all the engines and stuff. And this is what it reminded me of, a live action version of that anime. And yeah, this is the first really nice close up of the control sticks inside the TIE fighter.
That's going to be turned into Imperial propaganda art for a book. Join the Empire.
The views are better.
Yeah, you can do cool things like this.
Visit cool planets like Aldani. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Carl was right. They also got the classic shot of the TIE pilot sitting down right in the cockpit and just
Yeah.
face in. Like it's
When they
just-
show
yeah.
him, was that Fred making a guest appearance? It was, wasn't it? I thought it was Fred.
Fred flew all the way over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. Hey, there's a railing here. You can fall from there. They don't want you falling from here, but it's okay to fall from up top.
Yeah.
Maybe like if you fall from here, you'll still live. Up there, you're a goner, so we're not wasting any materials on the railing there. Captain Clinky, I forget his name. He
Corporal
stumbles
Kimsey.
Clinky.
so close.
Captain Clinky.
I like Captain Clinky.
I think down too.
He's grabbed a squad and of four or five other soldiers, and who are apparently my children. But I want to see the eye. It's like, no, go do what you're told. We're going downstairs. And he stumbles upon them, and I love Goran's just like, this is a secret mission. I hope this works. It's like, you're not supposed to know about this. And then J-Hole, it's like, he just has a heart attack on the spot. I guess he's gotten out of shape. His sash doesn't fit. He's just doing some manual labor, moving a lot of heavy gold. And then I think right before it, I think you see him grabbing his left arm or something. Is that, yeah. So
Yeah, that's heart attack time.
mhm.
That and the bags under his eyes and the profuse sweat and stuff. Like, obviously, he hasn't had to do manual labor in a while. And they're pushing him to go faster, faster. And like, they're dogging these guys to get as much dough. So it's like high intensity cardio. And yeah, of course, dude had a heart attack.
Yeah. I don't know if there were heart attacks in Star Wars. I don't want to assume.
Was that
People
the
have hearts
first?
too.
Is that the
They have
first
heart
attack.
Sometimes they have two hearts.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
but not
They
all.
He's
have
probably going to
hearts
come back
and-
in the next episode.
As a half robot.
Yeah.
Look at the material in his jacket there.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, it's a different kind of fabric.
I know
Again,
you've been telling us. You've been telling us.
This dick right here.
I know. What a coward, eh?
Yeah,
Cover
he
me.
did
It's
it,
like, yeah, sure.
and he
With a
did one
TLC
shot.
17, and go,
Bing.
pew, and then
Yeah.
Well, he took out the first guy, right?
yeah,
But
but
Was it
he
this-
stayed
intentional?
home.
It was intentional, though.
yeah,
That's
but
what I felt.
and the whole point of covering somebody is to
He's trying to cut numbers.
shooting, so the other person, whoever's shooting at them hides. That's Gorn. He's the first one to go.
I missed
Yeah,
it.
this is
I
the one I
missed that.
missed because he's actually facing away when
Yeah.
he gets
Mhm.
shot.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got this screenshot. I didn't even know that he actually turns side face.
I
to
did.
the
I watched
camera.
this episode twice, by the way, and
Nice.
I missed him dying both times. So my record is intact of missing something big every episode so far.
That's right. Torrensu
Yeah.
reminds us all that Padme died of a broken heart.
Oh,
So
you're right.
yes, there are hearts
Yes.
in space in Star Wars.
Hmm.
Cap Liv says, "Does Bacta heal heart attacks?" I don't think so. No, it doesn't. I'm a doctor.
Bacta couldn't fix Nemec's back.
I don't think he was. Do you think it would have if they dunked in a tank for?
Well, I mean, you look
They
at
didn't
Mando
have it,
season
but-
1, he got blown up and they sprayed a little bit of Bacta under his nose. And a half hour later, he was up and running around.
That's right.
So I think the efficacy of Bacta, it's up for debate. I think it's,
well,
it's
you know,
open-ended.
it depends where it comes from. There's like the
Well,
government
that's what I was gonna say.
regulated, or is it
Grade
straight
A
different
from-
grades.
Bacta versus the
There's
back
different
alley
grades of
Bacta,
Bacta.
Yeah.
the no-name brand.
Costco.
Are we
brand.
talking Tatooine Bacta? Was it a Colombian Bacta? It
Is it
depends.
like some sort of Bacta Kush hybrid?
Yes.
Oh, who knows? Yeah, but this is the part. Like it's
Only
beautiful.
10%. Only 10% Bacta.
The rest
Like
is filler.
Hawaiian coffee. Like Hawaiian coffee's usually only like 6%
Yeah,
from Hawaii
McDonald's
or something like
hamburgers.
that. Yeah.
Is it?
That's not all real Hawaiian.
No, it's if you look on the box, it'll be like 6% Hawaiian or something like that.
Yeah, this is the part you were talking about, Paul, right? Of the TIE fighters
Yeah, they drop down.
being yeah.
It's great.
Like they didn't need to do a scene like this. They could have just shown TIE fighters taking off because that's what we normally see. But like, hey, let's put this in there. And is this the first time ever, Ernie? Another first in the series for Star Wars to see TIE fighters go down like this?
Well, during Mando, we saw them shoot out, launch out. That was so cool. When what's her name? They flew in. They had to fly in to sneak in, and that's where they landed into
on Moff Gideon's ship.
Yes,
they flew in and they used the shuttlecraft to block the landing bay with the Lambda class shuttle.
So instead
they
of
did have the TIEs, dropping down.
I don't recall. I'll have to go back. It's almost like I didn't recap. Someone should have done a recap for that show. Oh well. Terraman is the next one to go, as he was not covered by Skeen. Skeen only took one shot.
I don't understand what he thought he was gonna do.
He thought,
she's
cover
down,
me,
right?
I'm gonna run there and also get pinned down, or was he gonna grab her?
That's exactly it. That's what I was thinking. It's like, well, what was his plan?
I thought he was trying to get to the ship. No,
she's like, I'm pinned down, and that's when he said,
down, and he ran to her position, and it's like, so, and he risked his life to get there. So, like, I don't understand what his plan was to sort of like two guns to be hidden behind, like she couldn't return fire, right? It was just too intense for her. And so I don't know, that was the other thing that I think maybe in the heat of battle, that he was an ex-stormtrooper,
his
so
stormtrooper
maybe he thought,
showed,
just here we go, I'm just gonna do something, and got shot because he trusted Skeen, who like took one shot with his gun and then hid.
Yes.
If anything, she's like, I'm pinned down. The two of them were in the vault. They should have put down cover.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any military training. I just play Call of Duty. But yeah, as an expert screenshot taker, that's what he should have done.
It was the whole not being covered though, and maybe now he thinks two are going to get taken out. That she was going to get taken out too.
I love this part when Andor's being wrestled by this actual Imperial soldier, and he sees Nemec right outside the doorway, and he makes that brilliant move. It's like, I'm going to turn away so you can shoot him in the neck. That part was intense as hell. I think overall,
I thought this guy was going to kill Nemec when they first kind of showed him.
Everyone
stalking around.
Thought everyone's going to kill Nemec.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because he was hiding behind the thing, and it was just perfect. Yeah. It's like, just enough to be. I knew something was up too.
Like I was expecting something like this to happen to Nemec, not to Cassian.
Damn. Nemec, he did pretty good. He had good cover, and he had his blaster
hit his shots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not a stormtrooper.
Right.
He looked like a young Christopher Reeves.
Here?
Yeah, that
soldier
trooper guy. Yeah.
The
3/4 of his face, I guess.
Possibly. When he was sitting in the other one.
No, I was just gonna say.
Zoom in on
the
hat.
other things too is
it's more felt than linen.
It's that hat, because the other thing is maybe their uniforms, because Cassian, that's his undershirt that's under the tunic. Maybe it's because they don't have proper laundry facilities either. Like if they're washing them with on rocks in stream water and stuff like that, they don't. It won't come out as crisp.
It isn't
right?
dry. So dry is nice.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, come on. If you've ever hung your laundry out to dry versus getting it tumble dried in the in the drying machine, it's a different quality. Like it's more stiff, right?
It is. Yes.
That's the point I'm making. That's all. Fuck.
They don't have the anti-static sheets in space.
Shut up, Kevin.
That's all. Okay, so they load up. Only 4 of them make it, and they tell Cassian to punch it. Nobody had their seatbelts on, and as a result,
they all were holding on though. He said,
"Hold
on,"
something?
And they were all grabbing on, but the force of the ship rocketing off, just like it was too much for them, even though they were hanging on, which I thought was
unfortunate.
Nemec
gets squished. I thought these would have some sort of air floating locks.
Locks,
Who knows?
yeah.
Magnetic locks.
Yeah. Literally
But again,
crushed,
they're rookies. They're rookies. You know, they don't really know what
crushed
they're
by the
doing.
weight of capitalism.
Oh,
The young
Mhm.
sort of scribe, the manifesto.
he's dying. He's like, how ironic. Yeah, they had that more beautiful shots of
What's this?
like
So
my
I love
Bluetooth
that
logo.
little that
There.
what the hell was that? So I thought that was part of your screenshot. Like he really did take screenshots with his phone.
I like this. I like this as a tableau of everyone just frozen as the eye starts up, but the ship shoots out. And seriously, like the visuals for this part is beautiful. You can't feel his legs. He
My
gets.
legs, I can't feel my legs. Sorry.
What are you gonna do about my legs, Charlie Murphy?
All I could think of was The Simpsons. when Mr. Burns was a little kid and he's like smashing into that guy's legs with the little toy car. He goes, my legs, who'll take care of me children? And all Burns does is just laugh for the next like 3 scenes because he's remembering he crippled that poor Irish fellow.
Everyone has different things to call back to. But they hit him with a shot of. Do you remember what it was called? It apparently just keeps him alive a little bit longer, or some sort of.
Oh, it's a stim
adrenaline
shot.
boost.
Was it the what you call it? Was it stim shot? No.
I thought it was like a stim pack or something. Like,
yeah.
like in
The
Fallen
video
Order?
game.
Yeah.
Just
BD1
enough to keep him alive.
hit me with a stim. And then so Cassian starts flying. Nemec tells him to climb. He starts flying higher up. The TIE pilot kind of looks up through his window like Paul trying to look through his screen at us while we're on stream. So I had to
Come
get
on.
this shot
Come on. I only did it 4 or 5 times.
tonight.
Still do it. Yes, tonight. So my eldest pointed this out too. When Nemec said, climb. That's the last thing K2SO says to
Mhm.
Andor when in Rogue One. Climb.
Does that mean they rebuild him into K2?
No,
Nemec?
that's because like the next thing
No.
that happens is K2SO dies.
Yeah.
So Nemec is pretty much once they're out. I think the writing was on the wall. And
Very
Oliver's
cool.
back.
Nemec wasn't so sassy.
No.
He was too pure. He was too pure for this
Mhm.
world. Oh wait, I'll save it. Sorry.
There we go.
Sorry.
I didn't screen cap every part that I thought was beautiful in this chase scene. Again, I hope you've seen the episode. If not, go see it, watch it again. My screenshots will do it no justice. Most of the times they do. Most of the times, if not better than the actual show. But for this scene, definitely you should be watching it. And again, the brilliant part of the plan of, hey, everyone, look over there. Cinta just kind of, her escape is, I thought she was going to change back into yak herder
And
clothes.
just
or
blend
whatever.
in with everybody.
Yeah, and then just walk away. Because what is she going to do here? But, you know, they'll probably, hopefully, explain that later. They do show them Vel, like, holding her hand before they had to part for that mission.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, were they together?
That's what I
Yeah.
started wondering because remember he did.
Yeah.
He did tell
together.
I was being facetious.
Cassian. Well, he told Cassian that he's like, oh, she's already sharing a blanket
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. And then
Right?
there's that whole like when they say to Cinta, they go, and she says, "No, she didn't tell me anything," because they look to her
Yeah.
like, "You're sleeping with her. Did she tell you?"
Right.
And she's like, "No." So I think they're totally.
Yeah,
They
when
totally
they first
They're a
hooked up.
couple.
find out about when Clem reveals he's being paid, they don't even say anything. They just look at Cinta and she's like, "No, I didn't know." So she,
Yeah,
like,
that's what I meant.
There you go.
Mm.
cliffhanger for her. Did she kill the hostages? Ooh, good. That's a good question, Rick Jones, because it's revealed that the Empire like slaughtered her whole family in front of her. So did she?
I guess we don't know.
I'm gonna
You
say
might.
no. There was no point to it. like she knew that they had taken off. She knew, so like there's no point to it, and that just puts way more heat on her because if the family is recovered, then they're okay. But if they're slaughtered, then it's all we're gonna kill everybody in our path type thing, and it makes it harder for her to escape. So I'm banking on no.
We will never know. Maybe there's a side comic story or book in the future. We'll see. I like this shot. The lady was super emotional seeing the eye because Gorn mentions earlier the Aldanis believe like it never stops. It's always ongoing, and it's cyclical every 3 years. So yeah, I thought this was some great shots to add in. And again, look how beautiful is this. You'd be a monster if you didn't shed it.
You don't think we'll see Cinta again on this show?
Oh no, she's totally coming back.
Yeah. Is that what you were just saying before this, Kev?
Who, me?
No, when Kev was saying like hopefully there's a spin-off comic or something.
No, about whether she slaughtered those hostages.
The family.
Oh. No, we'll find out. We'll find out next episode.
I think honestly, if they were gonna do that, if she was gonna do that, as soon as they left, she would have done it.
So they stop off to see a doctor. This 4-armed dude. I don't recall ever seeing other species like this.
Yeah, Maz Katana from like Force Awakens. Isn't she like that? Like with the glasses?
The face for sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Can't remember if she had 4 arms or not now.
I can't remember her arm situation either.
She didn't have 4 arms. No.
She was tiny.
Maz Kanata? No, she didn't have 4 arms.
Right.
Oh, I thought they were the same species. Right away. Just because of the face. The face is so similar.
Hmm.
What is Dario saying? What's up, Dario? He says, "Oh shit! I thought I was super high when I saw this was live, and yes, I am super. No, this is live. What the heck?
We are live.
Love that guy. Oh, you know how McDonald's in the U.S. have that adult Happy Meal, and I posted something about it, and Dario messaged me. He's like, "You need some?" I'm like, "Nah, don't go out of your way." He's like, "Oh, I went the first day and I bought like 5, and then I realized I'd have 5 of the same toy." And then I'm like, "Were you high or were you regular?" He's like, "I was regular." But thank you, Dario, for messaging me. And this looks like practical, right? It's like there's another shoulder, like the heads here, or the shoulders here of one guy and other arms. I don't know. Super cool. I like when he puts his hands up. All 4 of them go up later on. But as they're waiting outside, Skeen and Clem, Skeen tells him, like, I'm pretty sure you thought about this. What if we just leave? There's like 80 million credits in there. 40 apiece. What do you think? And it's revealed that whole story with the brother and the pepper trees was a lie.
I had a feeling this guy was no good.
So the whole story about Cinta too can be a lie. This dude has been lying the whole time.
Yeah, he be lying
to make Clem feel a certain way,
to try to get him to distrust everyone.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But did anyone even expect this reaction from Cassian, Paul, Yoko, Ernie?
Oh, how quickly he shot him?
I did. Yeah. I was not surprised. He makes that decision. How come? He does it. They've shown it twice now where he's done that, right? Like you see it in Andor, like with that first guy in episode 1, when the guy's like, it was an accident. We'll make it, and boom, right away. He doesn't like it, but he does it. He does it again in Rogue One with his informant. It's like, oh, I've got a bomb on. So just relax, and he shoots him. So he's in a position right now where he's like, I have to kill him, because then if I don't, then it's he said, she said type thing, right? Like it's like it's my word against his, and Vel already doesn't trust him, and that's a thing. And he knows if Skeen has made his play, this is like it's him or me, and if I don't go along with him, he's gonna screw me somehow. So he makes that choice, right?
He had to kill him. It happened quicker than I thought it would.
Right.
Like he made his decision and did it, right?
Yeah.
He was.
And that's what I find with Andor is like
Mhm.
once he makes his decision, he just goes. He does it.
Mhm.
Like he doesn't leave
Yeah.
room for debate. He's just like, nope, boom. Especially if it comes to just him.
To surviving. That's
yeah.
how he
Yeah.
survived. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Skeen was saying, right? We're born in a hole, both of us. And all we know is climbing over somebody else to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
But then
yeah,
I
you're
kind of
right.
thought
I have to
Skeen
shoot
should
you
have seen
now.
that coming. Should
Mhm.
Skeen not have seen that coming? Maybe Skeen was kind of dumb after all.
But yeah, who
Yo,
knows if he was
Andor
going to
shot
do it?
first.
Yeah, I said I needed a shirt like that for reals because how quick he did it. I
Mhm.
gasped out loud, like because it shocked me, that it would just happen that quick in the middle of the sentence, right?
Yeah.
Like he's
Look at
getting
this
up,
look,
he's
though.
asking him, and he
He's
boom.
playing
That's where he
out
decided.
all the scenarios in his head.
Right there is right where he decided.
Yeah.
Yeah, Val, he is absolutely ruthless. That's the perfect word for it. He doesn't want to have to live thinking like, oh, is this guy gonna backstab me?
Well, like he says, I don't want to be
Yeah.
looking over behind my back
Mhm.
Mhm.
every time. There was highly articulated brings up a great point. And for a second there, I thought, is he testing Andor? Is like this one of these things where it's like, hey, we could just sort of take off and this and that. And he just sort of testing him. And I was kind of half expecting to go, hey, just like I was testing you just to make sure. But he shot before that.
Well,
Yeah, we'll never know.
We'll
Not a
never
good way to
know
test.
now.
Yeah.
But it just, I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, Skeen was very much, he was pushing to go to the doctor. It's like, it's a built-in contingency. We can do this, we can do that.
Yeah.
Like, let's go. And like, if you look at not what Nemec's condition, he was dying. There's no way they were going to be able to save him, right? Vel knew that and stuff. And so it makes me believe that perhaps Skeen, this was an opportunity. It was a targeted opportunity. They're busy trying to save him. I'm going to steal the ship. Andor is kind of sketchy. He's a mercenary. He's in it for money. He plays it. I'll give you half, $40 million, 40 million credits. Let's go.
Skeen,
Let's go.
he wasn't testing because he knew. He's like, hey, there's a planet 8 parsecs from here
I mean,
that's abandoned. We can hide out. So this is premeditated. He already had it planned. He knew where to go. He's like, I just got to push for the doctor, go there, or if it happens, like this is gonna be where I make my move and part with the loot. We can't let the money get to the final spot to be delivered.
But look at it from Andor's perspective too. It's like you've managed to fool these people you've been living with for months about this. You've lied to them about this, and how can Andor trust Skeen?
Mhm.
He says there's nobody on the moon, but if he gets there and there's like all of his buddies are there and
His
they
whole
jump
gang.
him, like what he can't.
Because he
trust
said he
them.
needs it. He just needs a
See,
pilot. He'll
that's
kill him
exactly
as soon as
it,
they
right?
land. Yeah.
At
So-
first, I thought he said, didn't he have a friend? I have a friend who's holding up or something.
I don't know.
I thought he
remember that.
did, and then it was like it's 8 parsecs away. So then I was wondering who's the friend, like waiting, or maybe it was his friend's place and he knows he's
It's not
there.
Boba Fett, Ernie. Okay, it's
Maybe-
not trying
maybe
to
it was-
work it into the show.
It was Gorn's girlfriend.
I didn't. That's what I was hoping, and then da would have been right.
Yeah,
I
Goran's
was thinking
girlfriend.
more
She was in on
Hondo.
it the whole time.
Yes.
I kind of was thinking though, like when he was talking about the brother's farm, and then he asked him what he grew, and I forgot what he said, like a pepper plant or something, pepper tree.
Mhm.
I was thinking Cassian would be like, "That tree can't grow on that planet," and call him out. But that didn't.
That's a
happen.
good one.
He is some sort of botanist.
He's worldly.
He's like, actually, the pepper tree is not a native of that planet.
Yeah.
Either way, it's like it is ruthless, and he's like the hero of the show. We're all okay with it. It is murder, but he is the
Murder,
hero.
but
Murder,
justified?
but yes, preemptive strike. Cap Liv says, "Give me the loot." One of my favorite Biggie songs. Andor. I mean, come on, he did both voices in the song. Anyway, Andor could have had a lot more. All he wanted was what he promised. Yes, ethics in there somewhere. Murder, but he only took what he
But
was
ethical.
promised for the job. He says, "I did my job. I just want what I was promised." This look though, it's just perfect.
He's not happy.
No.
Murder, but not happy about it.
I'm gonna have to kill you. It might be murder, but if I only take what I was promised, it'll be okay. And look, Skeen was mid-sentence, split up the winnings and walk, and he drew quick on him. Yay! Forearm surrender. He's like, I did what I could, and she knew right away. It's not about that. There you go. I'm taking my cut. The number I was promised.
40 million.
That pretty crystal.
Returns the upcoming Rock Love jewelry exclusive, Yoko McCann exclusive. Use code. Throw your cat at checkout.
I think this is rude. I think this is how she knows he's telling the truth though, because he returns because he gives that to her.
Because that's 30,000. 30,000.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he came in, he's been telling the truth. All of his thing from like the whole I'm getting paid and all of that. And then she's like, no, you killed him. You know, he wouldn't have did that. And he says it again. I'm taking my cut. I'm out of here. Give this back to our friend and I'm done. I'm out. He even offers to pay for the dude's ship, the doctor's ship, right? Not that I'm going to steal your ship.
Double murder, but I'll give you double the value of your ship.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, I'll cheer for him. I'll cheer for him. Murder, but in this scenario works for me. Cassian sucks that for everyone who hasn't seen Rogue One, he did. But
don't like him too much, guys.
Yeah, I think Dan Yun and I were talking about the show. He's like, "This is a great show. I hope they don't screw it up as it goes." And I'm like, "Yeah, I hope nothing happens to Cassian. He's my favorite character. I really hope nothing happens to him." As predicted, the manifesto goes to Cassian. That Skeen wanted him specifically. Do you think he specifically wanted him to have it, or Vel kind of saw something in Cassian and was like, "You should take it," and just kind of played it up? Either way, it goes to him. He's like, "I don't want it."
I don't know that he. I was wondering, like, when would he have said that he wanted Cassian to have it?
When they were operating on his bum, he's like, "Give him the book."
But wasn't he already out, like unconscious?
Yes, he was unconscious.
When that third hand went in, then it was when he said.
Right after all the coins killed him, and he said, "How ironic." And then he's like, "Also,
give him
the book."
Give him my book.
No, he's like, "How ironic." Croaks comes back. Also, manifesto. Real quick, back on the ISB. Moff. He's not a Moff. He's just
Major
a
Pettigrew.
Pettigrew. Partagaz. Partagaz. Wait, is Partagaz? That's a cigar. Something to do. Yeah. Anyway, just real quick, bring it back to the ISB. They're all over this. That's all. There wasn't much. No Cyril in this episode. Hopefully, we'll see him and Bix.
Yeah, everybody's on overtime. He straight said, "Don't sit down. This ain't a meeting." Yeah. Call your families. That sucks when you get that message. You're not going home.
Everyone's on
man.
call.
Yeah. Gosh, dang it.
Director, I don't know, Colonel Kyburn, Master Kyburn.
He's a major.
He's a major. All right.
He's a major.
Oh, we get to see the Imperial Senate again.
So empty.
Ain't
Which is
nobody
awesome.
there. ET's gone. Everybody's gone.
Everyone is so Mon Mothma is trying to plead for more aid for the Gormans that she's mentioned before. And much like me working from home, everyone was not paying attention. They were doing something else. Cameras were off. They were doing their own thing. And finally she's like, "What the hell's going on?" Checks her Amazon Fire, Kindle, whatever it may be. Get at me, Amazon. And
wait, but isn't it significant that like there weren't that many people there to begin with? There aren't that many. Like I feel
Yeah,
like usually when we see these scenes, they're packed.
A lot
Yeah,
of those
that-
are empty, or there's only
What
like,
was this? What was the statement when they say the emperor has finally
Does he
shut
just
down?
dissolve the Senate?
Thank you.
Hmm.
Yes,
In
that's
A
not
New
for another
Hope?
5 years though.
But it's like
but
in
still,
progress.
like
Yeah,
that. Yeah, nobody's there. Nobody cares.
Or they adding people? No, these planets would have already been part of the Senate, or they left, or who knows. Okay, so the lit up ones have people there. I don't need to keep zooming in on the seats. I just realized.
Yes. The light up ones are people there. So that shows you how many isn't. So either whatever the Empire says goes now, like they're just, or is that ones that Empire is taking over? I mean, like it just shows how dissolved it is. And there's nobody there. Then like that, like you're saying, they don't even pay attention to her. Even though they're there, they're not even paying attention to her.
Yeah, Bad Wolf says most of the pods are empty. The ones that are there only have 2 people in each, no staff allowed. ET went home. That's right. ET's species was there in the Senate, right? Nice callback, Doombot 9000. I like that. I like it a lot. How come I can't scroll? Here we go. Padme wasn't there all the time.
But you had staff that was there. Like
Yeah, Jar
representatives.
Jar was
A
repping.
representation. Yeah.
Okay, so we cut back to Luthen's shop, and he's trying to sell some lady some antique. What a great enabler. It's like, oh, nobody knows what the language is. You can make it your own. It's your own little secret. I was like, damn, I totally would have bought
It's a
that.
good line.
I would love
Yeah.
to have my own secret code language. And then you hear this voice go, do you have anything from Aldani? And it cuts to this like, clean cut, smooth looking character. At first, I thought it was going to be some sort of Imperial officer,
Right.
who had caught on, and they're
Yes.
like, "Oh, ever been to as far as Aldani?" And I was like, "Oh shit, there's going to be some ISB type, FBI agent." And it's just this dude was reading his iPad. No, I mean Amazon Kindle about some rebel attack on Aldani. It's this Christian Bale's younger brother, Bruce Bale.
Bruce Bale. Yeah,
So stupid.
definitely. No. You're right.
You subscribe to that?
Yeah.
What was that forgotten language? The Sith? Yeah.
He's selling Sith artifacts.
Be nice.
Little Anakin's like, let me pre-program this forbidden Sith language into C-3PO, and he can't use it. Bale Jr.? Yes, Val, thank you. Oh,
Psycho.
this is a Joker-esque laugh. I just
Yeah.
realized my screenshot. But he goes in the back, he verifies the news, and he is ecstatic because the last we saw of him, again, last episode ended on him. This episode ends on him. But last we saw him, he's super nervous about the heist because, there's no way to check in on them until it happened. And now he has the results. And he is, just ecstatic or relieved or a combination of both. And scene episode. That's it.
Full on psychopath, this guy.
You think so?
Yeah.
His real laugh was scarier than his fake laugh.
Yeah. I didn't think psychopath though. I thought more of they did it. I can't believe they did it. They got the job done. He doesn't know they left money, but they still did it.
But we don't know we don't know what's driving him, right? That's still the
We don't.
Correct.
That's what I want to know.
to me. I
Correct.
feel like that's the biggest question. What's
Yeah.
his
He's also
motivation?
worried. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
Huh? No, that was
No.
the end of my sentence. What is his motivation? Question
He
mark?
was also worried last episode that, loose ends like Cassian could trace back to him. So he doesn't know. He doesn't really know who survived or how would he know? So he's kind of early celebrating. But damn, what an episode. I messaged Paul, I think episode 4, Yoko. I messaged you when I was watching. You're like, oh, I'm watching it too. And then this episode, I messaged Paul. I'm like, oh, I'm done. Because I just assumed
5, yeah. because I was watching
YouTube
it in New
weren't
York
up yet,
time.
West Coast
Yeah.
people. But man, Paul and I were just like, I don't know, we were just gushing over this episode. Chat, let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comments, or if you're watching the replay, let me know. I read all those comments. But man, Paul, what did you think of this?
Oh, I loved it. Loved it. I was really, really worried. We were joking about this last week or just before that. It's like, oh, here's a build up to the heist, and then we're gonna cut to the other
back to-
planet,
Yeah.
and it's like, here I am setting up my base, and like all the machinations of the fallout from there, and then they would sort of at the end of the episode get started on a heist, so you'd have to wait another episode for that to happen. So I was really happy that they kept that momentum. It was a perfect mid-season sort of finale in that sense, like that little sort of Jesus Christ.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but
You little fuckers.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
We're
We're here to
Jesus.
give you ice cream.
Oh my
Aw.
God.
That's
Yes,
so sweet.
I'll eat
And
this. Thank
Padraig
you.
too.
Holy shit. Yeah, well, Padraig came down because of the ice cream.
Hi.
Just saying hi.
I want some
Okay.
ice cream.
I
Oh
want
my
ice
God.
cream.
Did they eat half the ice cream before they
This-
gave it
yeah,
to
he
you?
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
finish it.
Oh,
So it's like,
that's
hey, I don't want this.
Yeah, it's the best part of being a dad.
Yeah.
As you can tell, my kids don't finish a lot. So
I am a garburator.
Everything.
That's what
Yeah.
it is. Let dad finish it.
That got me.
Jesus. So what I was saying, no, it was a great sort of mid-season finale. And now what's really cool is we get to see the fallout. What's gonna happen? What's the ripple effect, right? So
Six
like I
episodes
just
of it.
love the way the rhythm of this series. It is, it is character driven, it's sophisticated, fantastic acting. There's there's like, if you dig deep enough too, there's a lot, like it's very multi-layered, and I like that a lot. And like I said before too, it's like, I know that a lot of people don't like the pacing of it, they think it's boring, it's slow, or this or that, but I absolutely disagree. I just love the build up. It's delicious in every one of those things, and it's a different way of storytelling, which I find refreshing. I don't want to see the same show just rebranded over and over and over and over again. Not saying that the other ones are, but there is a certain tone that is well within that, established in that Star Wars universe, and it works, and it's lovely, and it's familiar. I like this because it is different, and you can have different styles of storytelling in the Star Wars universe. From the way they tell stories in the animated series versus the live action stuff with like Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and now you have something completely different here. The other stories like Acolyte, the other Star Wars franchises that are coming out, the High Republic, I hope they're just as diverse in terms of their style of storytelling as this, because I don't want to watch 6 of the same kind of show, right? I love the Star Wars universe. I think there's room for all these different forms of storytelling, and so I'm digging it.
I think this episode, what is there really to complain about other than comms that didn't work and new linens? Like, I thought it was perfect.
It's not a complaint. I'm just pointing it
Not
out.
a complaint. He's pointing
Holy
it
shit,
out.
Kevin.
No, I just wanted to throw it in there. He's just salty because he's eating leftover ice cream cone. That's the best part, though. You get some crunch and you get ice cream. It's like,
And the chocolate
Well,
at the
I don't-
bottom, right?
does that have?
Best.
Yeah, the chocolate
Yes,
bottom.
they do.
He's best. Yoko, how was this episode for you?
I really enjoyed it. I was literally on the edge of my seat during that heist scene. I thought the way they like. I feel like sometimes in movies when you're going back and forth between, like all the different players, sometimes it gets a little confusing. But I think it was weaved in and out really masterfully. Where being like, it just really built up the tension, and I was stressed out watching it, and I thought, like, in a good way, I guess. Oh yeah.
What's that, Lucy? You liked it too? You think Ernie sucks? No, that's not nice.
Wow.
But
That's not
no,
nice
but
at all.
I really enjoyed it. I can't believe that's our mid-season finale, like Paul said. Like, what else is there? That's why I think the real question is what's going on with Mr. Psychopath guy.
There's
You
still
know?
so much. Cyril,
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill.
Luthen,
Yeah.
Mon Mothma, like
Yeah.
Captain Clinky.
It takes the Bacta from the basket and rubs it on its back, or it gets the
After he
hose
left,
again.
he should have did the dance.
And
You
and the
should've-
mystery of, are his antiques legit or are they all bootleg?
Oh, There's
Mm.
that too.
They're all
Oh, because oversized
it-
holocrons.
The
Yeah.
oversized holocron
Dr.
Yeah.
Afra, she's showing up.
Ooh.
That's my
Oh.
prediction.
And Dr.
to
Heffron.
shut him down for all of
Confirmed.
the stuff.
No, she's supplying him.
She's his.
Oh, she's
his-
supplying him.
She's
Oh.
she's
Hmm.
the you know, the
arch-
procurer
the
of
archaeologist. Yeah.
She's the
Archaeologist,
Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yoko, are you are a Afra fan,
I am.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would that be a cool way to bring her in?
I think so. I think so. If that happens, I would guess we don't see her to the end, and then they announce a spinoff for her, right? Played by Chloe Bennett. I don't know.
Oh,
That was a rumor at one point in time. I can see it.
Don't tease me. That'd be
Oh,
amazing.
you like that?
I
Yeah,
do.
you do.
Yeah, I'm not denying it. Goddamn. Carl says, I still haven't rewatched, but was the plan to get away scot-free or be chased and have all the news reports of the heist? No. I mean, they could have got away scot-free, but it would have been reported, right? Unless the Empire doesn't report it, some sort of like propaganda news that you can't show weakness that you can rob us, so they don't report it. Who knows? Rick Jones says it was a banger. Slow burn to the I thought it said slow burn to the PPP, but that's something. Slow burn to the pew pew pew. Torrensu says great episode.
if you're
RMD. Yeah, that's something else. Different show. This Andor series reminds me of early Walking Dead and early Game of Thrones types of storytelling, because they're all like British for Game of Thrones style. Val says atmosphere was perfectly tense. Ryan says this is one of the best episodes, intense the whole way through. TIE Fighter chase was great, says Aiden Skate. Cap lives says outside of Mando finales, this was my favorite episode of live action Star Wars. Andor is a great series. Yeah, man. All these great comments. Thank you everyone for chiming in. Ernie, what do you think of this episode?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I was yelling at the screen. I had anxiety build up. You know, it even gets you to the point like that of thinking the villagers are a part of it and what are they going to do? I mean, just in one episode, you had all your thoughts going this way and that way. It was reminding you of old movies. The heist was great. So it was just, what a show. You know, we keep saying that. It's not your typical Star Wars, but yet it's still Star Wars. And it's giving us all these first, which is still fine. You know, the cussing and the using the bathroom and the sex scenes and everything. It's like showing you this real life on Star Wars, and other than just the Force and lightsabers, you know, and this family going at it. And there's real issues and stuff going on to get to that point. And this is the cool part. I mean, it's the visuals are great. Like we said, that one shot that you had, we would have wanted that as a poster. You know, there's so much to it. And I was talking with Dan too. So shout out to Dan. I hope he checks this out. That's cool for him to say on his own platform, to say, dude, this is a good show, right? Then, you know, hey, how's it going? And like that. I find that when that leads to somebody that they got to put it on their own social network of, hey, does anybody else like this? You know, instead of just being that professional type way. I think that's cool. It makes a statement of people should check this out. So I hope they do.
Torrensu says it's best, which is a nice callback to Thursday. 796 says, isn't that like the crust of the ice cream though, Kev, for the cone? No, because the chocolate goes all the way to the bottom. If the chocolate doesn't go all the way to the bottom, that little tip remainder is going in the garbage for me. Thank you, Mario. See, look, we're going to lose nose. Is the cone
That
like
was
the
a
crust?
fair comparison, though, I think.
No, it is. It is. But
Like,
also,
what about like a sugar cone, like a McDonald's ice cream cone? Do you eat the whole cone?
when you get down to the bottom,
Actually, you should
and
just get
it's
down to the bottom, huh?
the grid waffle part,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
ice cream
Yes.
hasn't dripped down, I'm not eating
Yeah.
that. That's all
No?
dry.
The whole point is to push the ice cream down to that so you can finish it all
How do you push it?
with your tongue.
And with
Just like that.
That's just for Ryan.
We're so
Come on.
getting into SDCC.
Come on.
SDCC, here we come.
Here we come.
What? We're talking about eating ice cream.
Of course.
I don't know what.
Ice cream's supposed to go into your mouth. You're not.
Yeah.
I don't even
push
want
it
to
down with my
describe
tongue.
I had all these inappropriate ways
Yeah.
to. Yeah. No.
So this is crazy. So
Thank you, Ernie.
the ice cream machines in
Oh, no.
Canada always work? Because
Yes.
ours don't.
At McDonald's, yes.
Yes.
At Costco, no. And my daughter was crying. And because why don't they have ice cream? And then we went to McDonald's, they had ice cream. The next week back at Costco, no ice cream. She cried again. I'm like, dude, we just had it last week.
Dude, if you
So,
can get a
Costco,
McDonald's
no.
ice cream cone here, you got to go get a lottery ticket. Because, like, they're always, no, sorry, our machine's broken. The machine's down.
Is it that bad? Or is it just a joke?
No, it's
Like-
that bad.
Damn, I'm sorry. I have McDonald's ice cream all the time.
Wow.
Nice flex. Come to Toronto. We can
Yeah,
go to,
huh?
come to Off-World and McDonald's on the way.
Before we hit that bar exclusive where we get invited, I'm like, can we hit a McDonald's? Please. First, I need Canadian nuggets and I need ice cream.
We're getting all the sponsorships tonight. Let's see. Tommy says, I mentioned it in one of your other streams, but for me, Andor, the character, is the real cool scoundrel that Han Solo was supposed to be, but wasn't. I love it. I don't know. Is it like it's just a different era, different time that, he's still that cool.
It's a different tone.
Yeah.
It's
Mercenary.
a different tone. I mean, the OG Star Wars was like the swashbuckling adventures, kind of like the Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, and stuff like that. Those sort of serialized sort of television series and stuff like that. Whereas like Andor is and Rogue One, when they came out, was always told through the lens of something a little bit more realistically than that sort of like plucky group of like heroes that are going to escape out of everything. Like they all died at the end of Rogue One. They showed the rebellion as not just 3 people,
Spoiler.
who just doing that. It's just like, Rogue One came out in 2016. If you haven't fucking seen it by now, too fucking bad. 6
Spoiler.
years. Fuck. Sorry, there goes their sponsorship now. I've just ruined it. But that's the thing, and that's why I really was drawn to Rogue One and Andor, was because it was they just put a bit of a more realistic sort of lens on it, made the rebellion the stakes much higher for it, just threw a little bit more real world stakes into it, and then it just became more compelling for me, and I like that. Wow.
I like that there's also really no mention of like Jedi or the Force or any of that stuff. Like those characters aren't in it, but there aren't even references to it. Like no one mentions.
Correct. Before the
Rogue
heist.
One there is.
Is there? Well, other than the holocrons in the fake holocrons in this show,
But I'm
what
talking
did
about
they
in Rogue
reference?
One, they go to
happens in
Jeddah
Oh yeah.
with the gigantic
No, I mean-
Jedi statues, and then like the that's
Is that where
Baze
they were?
Malbus and
more
Chirinwe. They used to be
He
the
uses
Guardians
the
of
Force.
yeah. So
Yeah.
there is that, but I like it too, is because the Jedi are supposed to be gone,
Mhm.
right? In that they're supposed to be long extinct, to the point where people go, wasn't that just a myth? It's
Right.
that whole like in Batman Returns, Batman's been gone for 10 years, and there's that whole debate for the next generation of people growing. It's like, was he real? No, come on. And people forget that no, the Batman used to be this real dude that did that. So
You spoiled Rogue One for Cat Lives. He says, I've been busy in the 6 years since it's been out.
zero sympathy. We've all been busy.
What's up,
I get-
D-Cirtle?
Daniel.
I got 2 hours sleep. Figured you're starting the review. I get what you're saying though, Kevin, right? Because even before they went out to do that group of everybody ready, there was no "May the Force be with you" or "May the Force be with us."
Mhm.
It was, we got to do this.
Yeah, because
Well,
they're
there
saying
was
that
made
in
the eye something.
Open long enough to see the good in us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of the same, but also kind of not. I'm surprised Mothma hasn't seen May the Force or said May the Force be with you. Yeah, she says it. Is she the one who says it or she also says it in the original trilogy?
But
I know
that's
in A New
because they
Hope-
have an actual Jedi or like a Force user with them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm not gonna nitpick the lines said in that show after prequels, but still, yeah.
And they do say, "May the Force be with you," in Rogue One.
Mhm.
There is reference to
Yeah.
that. They said a couple,
Mhm.
a number of times.
Maybe they're just older people who remember the Force back in their day, you know. But it's crazy that
Who would she have said it to at this point?
Mon Mothma
Yeah.
to Luthen? No, nobody. So
Yeah.
far that we've seen, she wouldn't have said it to anybody. You're right. You're right. But yes, that was episode 6. That's halfway through the first season, and it's just I think Bad Wolf, someone in the chat pointed out earlier, like it's 3-episode arcs. So like there's gotta be if that pattern continues, like two more twists. We've talked about how many people's stories that we can still tell, and if not, probably season 2. But man, if this isn't some of the best live action Star Wars, or even best Star Wars stuff in recent years, it's so much fun to watch this and to be able to talk about it with my friends. Can I do it? Here you go, my friends and everyone here in the chat. Next episode 7 is, there's no break, right? The new episode's coming out next week.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we'll be back next week. Any toy updates? I brought up the Black Series Andor from this scene, or from this episode. Paul's looking at all the new stuff he's got, or he's trying to look into my room.
I picked up these at Treehouse Collectibles. They're the old Micro Machine. Just because I saw because of Andor, the TIE fighters.
Nice.
And
I
stuff.
should have bought that.
The TIE Interceptor. These are the old versions, and then the TIE Bomber as well. So I picked these up. $10 each.
Oh,
sold.
That's
Oh,
good.
Jazzwares has those new ones, Micro Squadron, and I saw.
Yeah,
it
no, I
today.
want to get
TIE Fighter.
Who's got those?
Jazzwares makes it, but I saw it at Walmart today.
Yeah, so I want to pick up that line because I just love miniature ships. That's my jam too, right? So I'm gonna go and grab some of those. I know Tommy, he grabbed a bunch from US Amazon because they don't sell them here yet. So he's showed me the collection. He's got the Razor Crest, Millennium Falcon, the Boba Fett ship.
There's chases of those too, Paul.
Yeah, like chase variants. So that's
release or something.
Those are the dynamic ones, the ones that are just like they're the premium ones, right? The chase series.
No, the figures are different in some of the chases. So, like the X-wing has Luke in his X-wing gear with R2. Then there's a chase one where he's in his Jedi.
Oh, okay.
But
the ship
Mando.
is the same,
and it will say it in the corner. It's labeled as a chase.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I want to go. Let's go.
Dude,
Next
we
week.
will.
I've never
we
been.
Will. Ryan's going to be here for the Bad Bash. So Kevin, you're going to get a chance to meet him. We're actually going to hit up Off-World Bar with Steve and Allie and Brandon and Ryan. So we're going to go back. Yoko, if you come out here. Just saying.
Come pick me up.
And Ernie too, by the way.
Yeah, come pick me up first.
Next time.
Want to say what's up to Alexander Eagleson in the chat. Thank you for tuning in, always supporting. He's watching on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. That's double support, which is awesome. Thank you. Yeah, the TIE Fighter, I almost picked it up today. They had Asajj Ventress, and she has a ship. I didn't like the look of that one, but I totally should have bought it. You're right. After watching this episode, ties were some of the best. Part of the best parts of this episode. That sentence sucked, Kevin. All right. I've streamed 3 times this week. We got anything else going on? Anything we missed? If not, we shall be back next week to be announced, to find out and stay up to date with the Boba Squadron. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram at Boba Squadron, and also the social media of all of my friends here who do great, fantastic things and make great content here on social medias. Yoko, Paul, Ernie, anything else before we go?
No, I got a huge storm here right now, and like lightning keeps hitting. So, bye.
Oh.
Good
It
luck.
scared me right now. I
Oh,
keep
wow.
hearing rumbling and everything like that, and I just looked at the cameras outside. It is like fireworks out there right now.
Holy crap!
Yeah, and it is just pouring. Wow.
Well, stay safe.
Yeah, just get a metal sheet and hold it over you to protect yourself.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yoko, I mean, if there's nothing else, I just hope everyone gets a chance to subscribe and as a little motivation.
Let's go.
Yoko, bring
Here's
us
my cue?
bring us home.
Okay. Well, I thought you were gonna do it.
No, that was
I
it.
thought you
And then
were-
I'm saying
I didn't
now.
get- Okay.
Yoko,
Okay. Oh,
please,
that was directed at me.
do us the favor.
The Let's Go was directed at me.
The Let's Go was telling everyone to go subscribe.
Bye, Larry.
If you're still here, that's Lucy, Ernie. So fired.
Sorry.
Racist.
Thanks for the likes, the follows, the subscribes, the shares on Instagram. Always appreciated. We'll catch you guys. Oh, no, this is my part, Lucy. Now I lost my train. She threw me off.
Start it over
She
again.
threw me off. I was on such a roll until then.
Come on, Yoko.
If you guys are going to the Bad Batch next week, have fun. I'm jealous.
Mhm.
That'll be fun. Hit that thumbs up on your way out. Ouch! Ouch! Your claws be
Oh
sharp.
my god.
Your claws be sharp. Okay, Lucy wants to say goodnight. All right, guys. On that note.
All right, you
Catch
do
you
the
next
outro,
time.
Lucy. Oh man, Alex,
Oh,
the son
watch your
of
face.
Eagle, with another
She's fine.
gifted over on Twitch. Thank you so much. Always appreciate that support. Thank you. All right, are we redoing the outro, Yoko, or is this it?
I thought she just signed us out.
Okay, one take. We got it. That's what we're gonna use.
We can-
Everyone,
we
thank
can
you
edit
for
that together.
This is live. Everyone, thank you for
Oh, shoot, I keep
watching. Like and subscribe, and have a great night. Keep touring around. Peace. Oh, and Boba Squadron, thank you for streaming twice this week. I love you all.